Hello and welcome to the Project Cars Drivers Club Season 2 finale here at LeMans in France. While not being the cap-off to the main series, this is the wrap-up 2.5 hour endurance race, solo endurance. And we've got a lot of familiar faces in here. We're using the same classes as the main series for this race. Same rules apply. LMP2 and GTE, everybody's using the same cars. I think we've got a few new entrants to the endurance race here that weren't in the series, but aside from that, should be business as usual here for our little endurance race. That we have it in a separate league going throughout the year for all our endurance races. So it won't count for season points, but it will count for endurance league points that will be tallied sometime in the eventual future. I'm your illustrious host, Dustin The Destroyer. I'll be bringing us through the action. Y'all are stuck with me for 2.5 hours. So we're a little bit into the quali session here. We got 7 minutes left to quali. Had a half-hour quali session, which is a little bit more gracious than the 15-minute sessions that we usually have. So everybody should be putting in some decent times. Surprisingly, it looks like Ice has gotten the top spot again. It's too early to say, but I'm praying for my guy Ice. He's had not great luck in the main series this year, but hopefully the endurance race will go good for him. Looks like he's got a 3:56.2, which is absolutely rapid. Kerman, that can't be. Okay. Kerman's got a 3:37 in LMP2 field. Closest person behind him is, how good am I, with a 3:38. Sula in GTE field just behind Ice by less than 3/10, extra right behind them. Provisional third place in LMP2 is Crowhop. Here's a newcomer to Project Cars Drivers Club. I believe, I haven't seen their name around. Phosphorus got a reserve slot for the race today, and looks like they're hitting some really nice times out there as well. Let's see what else is doing. Sjord, with a few really great performances in the last half of the season, only achieving a 6th so far, but this is an endurance and not a sprint, so you know these positions are definitely subject to change here. Joining us today, we've got Anamira, whom was conspicuously absent from the main series for most of it. But he is pretty quick in that red Rari, so we'll see what he can do. He was leading our previous endurance race, the 2.4 hours at Nürburgring, until he had a network issue. So hopefully he's got his network smoothed out for this race, because he could be taking some good positions. He's an extremely consistent driver that definitely has a chance to bring it home. Looks like Animero's caught up to... Is that Bill Kerman in front of him? Yep. Animero's keeping hot on the tails of Bill Kerman here on the straights. Now that I mention it, I better get a track layout up on my other screen so that I don't misname curves. That would be embarrassing. I'm actually going to move my microphone as well. Bear with me. Sorry if it's loud. That ought to do. Just barely over 2 minutes remaining here. We'll see if we get any upsets in the rankings. It kind of looks like everybody's sticking. Oh, Phosphorus has actually jumped up into a 3rd place provisionally, which is really great. I love when a newcomer turns up and starts whooping on people. Just getting the track map up. Oh, hello there.
You have a co-commentator for today.
Fantastic. Excellent.
BMW has mechanical problems today. It won't go forward.
So. The BMW's been in the shop for a while now.
Yeah, only 5 races.
Only 5, yeah, no big deal. Let me see if I can... I'm gonna switch my stuff to constantly broadcast, and my voice to constantly broadcast in here, so I don't have to push to talk all day.
Not a bad idea, though.
So YouTube, welcome Polly again to the commentary box. I don't know if the Polly fan club's out there today. Hopefully they are. The Dustin The Destroyer fan club is conspicuously absent as well. I'm not sure where they're at. Welcome to anybody just joining us, though. We're just about to wrap up the qualifying session here for the 2.4 hour race. Polly, is my voice coming through well on your end?
Right. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Wicked, I don't have to press any buttons.
Beautiful. So it looks like Phosphorus. Polly, is Phosphorus brand new to PCDC, or are they just a sleeper?
I believe he is new.
Yeah, I haven't seen the name around before, and they've managed to nab a 3rd place in LMP2 so far. And these should be the finishing laps here. Are you seeing ice in first for GTE, Polly? I want to make sure my times are correct. That's good to see. Ice up in provisional pole position for his class.
I'm currently not in the lobby, so...
Oh. Well, fantastic. Guess I could bounce.
I rage quit, so... what I've done is my BMW wasn't up to pace, but the full GTs were up to 20 mile an hour quicker on the straight. So I've given my spot to Jim, so there's an extra LMP into the race today.
Oh, I see. All right.
And throwing Jim into it could make it interesting for Bill.
Yeah, absolutely. Having another high performance LMP2 driver in will be good for everybody.
Please do excuse my cough. I will be coughing.
That is just fine. I'll cough to cover your cough, and no one will notice.
I was looking forward to racing, but if I clearly have a problem with my pedals or my game because I'm not getting full power for some reason. And rather than sort of muck around, I've given the spot to Jim. He's waiting to get in. So, good Samaritan that I am.
Yeah, that's.
I enjoy streaming with you, so I thought I'd come and join you.
Yeah, it's always nice to have somebody else in the box, especially for a 2.4 hour slug like it is today. Alright, so that looks like qualifying complete. There should be a few people wrapping up their places, but it looks for the moment to be Bill Kerman in pole position with How Good Am I behind him, and the newcomer Phosphorus in third place.
Wow. I will join back with you in a minute, Dustin.
Copy that. So for the GTE field, it looks like Extrovert snuck in a sneaky pole position here on ice, putting ice into second provisionally, and 5 Aces Sula is now in third for the GTE. Sjord made his way up to fourth place. Anamera gained one more position since last time we checked in, is now in fifth, but I expect to see some performance out of Anamera. He's a real pace setter in his class. Let's see, any surprises in the LMP2 field? Josh Click in fifth, but I guess the team points don't really matter too much at this point. Crowhop fourth. A lot of hungry guys in the first 8-9 positions of LMP2. These are all we've got the very fast, and then we've got a lot of wild card guys that can do a lot here in the LMP2 category. As far as GTE is concerned, yeah, we're gonna have a pretty good shootout in the first half dozen positions for GTE as well. So it's gonna be, even though it's gonna be spread out for 2.5 hours, we're gonna have some very close racing here today. Once the qualifying session is over, wow, somebody's car is going fucking crazy. Once the qualifying session is over, I'll be moving to a brief little pre-show, some information on the upcoming race that we've prepared while we get the race server restarted and ready. Said it before, I'll say it again. We usually restart the servers after qualifying because we turn the track limits off after qualifying because we have our own race investigators and stewards, so that's not so much an issue, but you know, we keep it on for qualifying because there's not enough time to actually investigate incidents between qualifying and the actual race, so just to keep people a little more honest in the qualifying sessions.
Hello again.
Hello, hello.
I put the stream up so I can see people talking.
Nice. I've been working on getting my track layout map up for like 10 minutes, and I just finally got it.
I've got my map in front of me for some corners. Oh, Extrovert's asked if I can call the grid, so yes, I can do that.
Oh, all right. So that looks to be confirmed. Bill Kerman in the lead, per usual, of LMP2. Team Totally Not Robots. How Good Am I in second there for LMP2. Newcomer Phosphorus in the yellow LMP car in third position. So that's Extrovert confirmed pole position for GTE field. Ice in second, and Sula of the 5 Aces Esports sim racing team in third. Alright, so I believe, yeah, everybody's leaving the server. I'll be briefly restarting the stream while I move to the pre-race show, so bear with me for 15 seconds here. Oh, alright, looks like the stream's back. Hello, sorry to anybody about the abrupt pause. I'm setting up a different streaming solution for the next season, but for now, this is what we got. So, and the PCDC logo's blocking stuff. Alright, fantastic. Anyway, welcome. We're just before the main race here, and I forgot to leave the lobby while we're resetting for the race. So that's quali over. Not too many huge upsets. So, like I said before, we're here at LeMans. I haven't. Bill Kerman actually provided these slides. He may deny it, but he's been doing some great work for the graphics for our pre-race shows and for the thumbnails for the races that you see on the YouTube channel here. And I'd like to formally thank Bill Kerman for that work he's been doing for the community. It's really nice of him. He doesn't just go out there and kick ass and then go home. He sticks around and has been helping us out a lot. So thanks to you, Bill. Anyway, Le Mans, Circuit de la Sarthe. I forgive my pronunciation. Not French, you may have noticed. Lots of straights here. Lots and lots of straights that the drivers are going to have to contend with.
Dustin, can you join server?
I sure could try.
Cool. Tom sent you an invite.
Aye.
I'll join back with you once I've called the grid and everyone's ready.
Sure thing.
See you
Race
soon.
director. Sounds good. And about to start. Alright. So, straights galore. Bill's setup pointers, remove downforce, also remove downforce, and remove whatever remaining downforce you've got left, because you can make up loads of speed on these straights, loads of time on the straights to be had by driving with as little downforce as possible. It comes down to, I don't even know, like 20 or so miles per hour, depending on your downforce change for your top speed. So you can make up loads of time on these long straights. Expected lap times for the LMP2 field for race pace are 340. We saw Bill and some others with some 337, 336 in quali, but race pace should be sticking around 340-ish, about 38 laps for the LMP2. GTE should be hitting around 357, and we did see a 356 there for ice. I'm not sure what Extrovert's time was off the top of my head, but yeah, we should be seeing around 357, 4 minutes for competitive GTE time. And yeah, it's 36 laps approximately for GTE, so we are going to see some pit strategy come in here. We've still got accelerated tire wear on and fuel usage, so it's probably going to be a 2 or a 3 stop for most guys. To recap, the first 2.4 hours of Nürburgring that we did at the end of last season, we did GT3 at the Nordschleife, well, Nürburgring combined. 18 people started and 12 people finished. I think more people started than that even, than what showed up there. A lot of dropouts through the 2.5 hour race. Lots of stuff goes wrong when you're racing for that long. But Sula of the 5 Aces Esports team took first in that one. E Classens, another AOR Elite driver, took second place there. PCDC's own Dabo Wabo took third place there. Josh Click with a fourth. Harold fifth, Falcon sixth, and I've probably told this story before. I know a lot of the guys in PCDC have heard this story before, but Falcon didn't even qualify sixth in the qualifying session. He was further down the grid, but Falcon pulled out a sixth just by sheer force of will on that race. Just kept going, didn't bin it too hard, and he just kept driving to the end, and he managed a sixth place. So a lot can happen during these races. It's definitely not decided in the qualifying who's going to win. It's decided on the track, and a lot of crazy stuff can still happen. Just to recap our individual champions of Season 2, Bill Kerman, whom, according to himself, is very fast and handsome. I can confirm he's very fast. I've never seen him, so I don't know about the handsome. He's the main league LMP2 individual champion. Extrovert, also very fast, let's assume very handsome. The main league GTE class champion and the Friday Night Racing League champion. Friday Night Racing is the random cars, random circuits, random weather races that we do. And Echo won the Support League in the Janettas, so good on him. That comes down to some skill, for sure. Since all those Janettas are exactly the same, we force default settings on those, so that is actually something to be quite proud of. Welcome to anybody just joining us. We're just setting up the race right now. Should be, yeah, it's loading up right now, and pretty quickly they'll be calling out the grid, and we'll be off for 2.4 hours. To recap, Season 2 Team Championships, Team Totally Not Robots, Bill Kerman and Josh Click took the team standings for Main League LMP2, and they did have arguably the best livery, but I love them all. They all have a special place in my heart. I love those liveries. Her Majesty's Racing, Extrovert Mason and Have a Nice Day took the team championship for the GTE class. These slides have absolutely not been written by Bill Kerman, really. They were actually written by Bill Kerman, and we let him go kind of wild with these ones because it's the end of the season. It's a celebration. We're keeping it festive here. Welcome to anybody just joining us. I think maybe I covered this like 2 minutes ago already, but we're just setting up the main race now, and I don't think the race is loading if I'm not tabbed into it, so I'm gonna have to keep that up. So 2.4 hours of racing should be getting underway shortly. Let's hope I have enough coffee to get me through the day. Now, while we're waiting for the grid to get called out, I'm gonna go ahead and switch back to my game recording mode real quick here on the stream, so it'll be another Alright, looks like we're back. See, that wasn't so hard. The last one took like 30 seconds, but this one was right quick. So, yeah, what should be going on with the driver radio right now is they'll be going over the rules, going over the formation lap, and our very own Paulie will be calling out the grid right now, and he'll join us afterwards. But what'll be going on right now is they should be calling out the LMP2 field. The LMP2 field will be moving on ahead to, I'm assuming, the Mulsanne, and we'll be kicking it off from there. They better get a move on because time is ticking. There we go. Oh, that was just the pre-race. Alright, so the green lights will go, but we're doing a manual formation lap, so they will be sticking right where they're at, and hopefully politely pulling off to the side. That's just fine. follow race leader, well, pole position here, Bill Kerman. If anybody's watching that hasn't seen any Project Cars events or Project Cars Drivers Club events before, or isn't a member and hasn't heard my spiel, go ahead and go to PCDC.link if you want to race in any of our events. Most of them are pretty casual. You can just show up and race. The main series that we broadcast and these endurance races are pretty popular, so sometimes we have a sign up for those, but throughout the week we've got a number of very entertaining different events going on that you can just show up and race, and basically you just need to be a member of the Discord, because that's where we coordinate our stuff, and yeah, and you just turn up and turn wheels, and it's a really good time. We're a really good community to be a part of. Good guys, good fun. Nobody's salty, and if they are, they're sarcastic and funny about it. So, so it's a really good community to be a part of. So yeah, PCDC.link if you're interested at all in joining us in our future incursions to the racing world. Let's see. Looks like we've got a fair number of the LMP cars in the field. Oh, we got a latecomer, Jim Boom. Wasn't originally going to make it to the endurance race, but since Paulie dropped out, we've got Jim Boom here now. I don't believe he got a chance to qualify, but he is an extremely pacey individual. Why are we looking at the sky? Our cameraman is stoned, I swear. Alright. So anyway, Jim Boom hopefully can give Bill Kerman a run for his money. I know I always put the pressure on Jim Boom to push Kerman there, but hopefully he gives it to him here. Another thing worth mentioning, Worthy has also been practicing up a lot for this event and is our LeMans specialist at Project Cars Drivers Club. So we'll see how he manages. Alright, so they're off and moving, and the GTE field should be forming up shortly. But that's LMP off on their formation lap. So I got a little bit of insider information from the drivers in testing and practices before the race, and it's looking, for the LMP2 cars at least, it's looking like a 3-stop, and around 11-12 laps is going to be the magic hour for the pit stops, most likely, on a reasonable strategy. And it does look like the GTE field is off and running, except it appears Jans is stuck on the track.
GTE's all formed up and we're ready to go.
Yep, looks like everybody's off and running. And boy, that LMP LMP formation lap is quick. Are they racing already, Paulie?
They're underway. They're underway just as they come onto the Send straight.
Oh, alright.
That makes pretty much away then. So GTEs will be off in a second.
Oh, copy that. Alright. Well, I was not aware of that.
There's 3 lines in the track. I'm not even 100% where they are, and then they're off.
Alright. So, we'll catch the GTE start here at least. It looks like the LMP2 field is well underway. Oh yeah, I see the intersection there that they cross, and the GTEs are on their way, and we are off for now 2.25 hours takes a little bit of time to get everybody formed up, but we're running till the end now. No restarts, no nothing. If your stuff borks up now, tough luck.
We had a retirement from Jim, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
He had steering wheel issues.
Oh my goodness.
Which is why he is not in the race, which is unfortunate.
It seems your slot is cursed. You had hardware issues, now you give it up to Jim, and now he's got hardware issues. That's alright, 29 entrants now. We'll see how she goes, and we'll see if we can see some action here.
I'm expecting lots from the Corvette. It's got quite a good top end. Very quick. I set very good practice laps during the week. And actually, so the Aston Martins, they're pretty quick as well.
Yeah, those.
It's gonna be a nice competitive race, I think.
Oh, Dabo's in the comments. Thank you, Dabo. Oh, welcome, Scoobs. Yeah, we're a good crowd. We're a good crowd. Just come on down. There's no harm in joining us. There's no pressure involved. No penalties for not racing. It's a good time. So Sula is keeping the pressure on Extrovert here, not really letting anything go to waste here in the first laps of the race. And that's Josh Click into the pits already? Not sure what that's about. He doesn't look...
Maybe he'd applied his qualifying setup.
It's quite possible. I don't see any damage there, and I doubt that he got a drive-through or anything. I don't even think those are on for the main race, so... He possibly had the wrong amount of fuel or something in. It's unfortunate, but it's not necessarily a race killer since we're going for this long.
It's nice to see it. There's been not been any big accidents for those moments either. It's been quite nice.
Yeah, it's been very clean.
Just curse that. Excuse me.
The GTE 4th through 9th are all packed up right now, and it is something beautiful.
It's going to look something real good when it starts.
Yeah, absolutely. They
I
are.
don't know about the other GTEs, but the BMW drove very well at night. I could do consistent sort of 3-minute 58s to the BMW at night. So.
Oh, that's very good. I don't think it's the same story for every car in the field, though. With a lot of cars, it is very difficult to keep heat in the tires here at night under the best conditions.
Also, lots of very different top speeds. Like, for instance, the Corvette and the Aston Martin are probably the two better ones. Scoops, we are on PC. We're all on PC.
Oh, here's another newcomer, Husky, in 8th place in the GTE field here, driving the BMW.
Yes, he's very new to PCDC. He's not been with us very long at all. I believe this is...
Or that is an Aston Martin. Forgive me, that is not a BMW, that is an Aston Martin.
I was the only BMW on the grid until unfortunately my throttle decided didn't want to do anything.
You're breaking up a little bit there, Paulie, but yeah, unfortunately there are no more BMWs in the grid, and that's too bad because I'm a big BMW guy. But what do? Phosphorus really laying on the pace here. Oh, and going a little wide. A little wide, not a killer, no spins,
caught a little bit of the draft, bit of understeer, just enough to throw him off.
Yep, lost that front downforce, couldn't quite turn in time there into the Porsche curves.
It's not over, there's still a lot to play for.
Yep, absolutely. And Phosphorus is shown to have some very significant pace, so... We'll see how that goes, but for the time being, that is Crow Hop into 3rd place in the GTE field. Sula still breathing down Extrovert's neck.
Keeping the pressure on. Tom's quite good under pressure, as I would say that.
No, he has handled himself quite well in some interesting situations.
I did some practice with Tom throughout the week, and he coped quite well with the pressure of the BMW behind him. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Sula behind him.
Yeah, I know. I definitely don't want to see Sula behind me, but then again, I don't handle the pressure very well. But yeah, Sula won our 2.4 hours at Nürburgring, and he can definitely keep it on the track for long periods of time.
Bill Kerman's already got 4.5 second lead.
Oh yeah, how good am I? Falling back a little bit. Crow Hop 2 seconds behind. How good? And Phosphorus dropping 1.5 seconds behind Crow Hop. Looks like Sjord is staying well within Mason's slipstream here. Oh, hey, hello again, Simple Geek. As always, it's good to see you. It's too, and as always, it's too bad you couldn't race. What happened this time? Same story?
Yeah, I believe he had internet issues.
Oh, it was different issues last time. Simple's got some issues, but that's alright. We still love him. He's always a joy to have in the chat. He's good at watching gaps and finding interesting things.
How's Animera doing in his Ferrari? He's a very
Animera's up into 3rd. And I imagine he'll stay around there. If Animera's left unbothered, he'll just keep on cruising. He's like a perpetual motion machine. And
Animera's a very, very consistent driver.
Extremely.
Does a lot of endurances. So
yeah, and he turns laps like nobody's business. Like if he's in the clear and nobody's crashing into him, like he'll just stay at it for hours. All the times when all the UK guys go to bed and it's just the Americans and Animera on the Discord, all the Americans and Bill Kerman's involved in this too. We're all just shit posting late at night, but Animera's out there playing P-cars, turning laps like for hours after everybody else goes to sleep. Looks like Sjord's making some moves alongside. Nope, not quite. Not quite. Hanging it pretty wide. Try to get some decent exit speed out of here. Not exactly what Sjord needed, but it was pretty close anyway.
And under the brake is probably going to be the best opportunity, because from the practice that I've done anyway, I noticed that a lot of the cars were a lot better than the Aston Martin under braking.
Yeah, the Aston Martin seems...
They were able to... Yeah, a lot of cars were able to brake a lot later than the Aston Martin. Hello, Dabo.
Hello.
Hey, welcome, Dabo. How's it going, man?
It's going
Thought
fine.
we'd come
I'm
and
watching the race.
join the cool people.
Yeah, I'm watching the race. Looks like everything is going fine so far.
Yeah, everything's gone pretty smoothly. I haven't really seen any punts or taps or any risky driving or anything so far. It's been pretty clean and still pretty exciting. A lot of people are staying pretty close already. We're seeing a 6-second gap develop in front of the pack with Bill Kerbin there, but it looks like Crow Hop's sticking within a second and a half of How Good Am I still, and Phosphorus sticking around second or so behind Crow Hop there. GTE category, Expert still in the lead, Sula still in second place. Looks like Sula's given Expert a little bit of breathing room. Enamera now 4 seconds behind Sula. And we'll see what happens to that gap as we go in the race. So, I know roughly, I spoke to an insider. I spoke to one of the drivers yesterday about pit strategy in the LMP2, so I know what to expect there. Do either of you, Paulie maybe in particular, have some insight for GTE category, what we can expect for their pit strategy?
Well, from what I had done, I was going to go for a one-stop, so not sure.
So it is possible.
I think it is. It's a push. I mean, I think it's just refueling once. I don't think there's any more need than 2 tanks to fuel it.
Ice retired. Sorry to interrupt. Ice has retired.
Oh wow! I also saw a frozen.
Is that our first retiree of the race?
It's our second retiree.
We had Jim retired. Jim retired because of a wheel issue.
Yeah, hardware
at the start
issues.
of the race.
I want Simple Geek.
Yes.
It's in the YouTube.
Ice. That is absolutely heartbreaking. I just want to see Ice have a good race. Why? That's all I want. Ice is trash, to be honest. Uh-oh.
He's struggled with that Corvette all season, I think.
He really has.
The way he wants it to.
Yeah, I don't know if it's too unstable of a car for Ice's driving style. You would think an aggressive car would fit Ice's aggressive style, but I think he needs something a bit more stable that he can really push in.
Well, Ice is in the comments with us on YouTube. Ice, what happened there?
He should join us on the commentary box.
Yeah, Ice, you're absolutely invited to join us in the commentary box.
Is there a way that I can view the race in the game?
I think you can spectate it without taking up any slots now.
Yeah, I believe you can.
I will try that.
Yeah, if you just connect to it, I think you can just spectate to your heart's content.
Ice got rammed in the halfway round lap 1.
Wow.
Is that something we missed?
Yeah. Appeared to have missed that bit, and I'm not sure what happened there. Surely I don't think Extrovert Sula or Anamira would have pulled off a maneuver like that. Let's investigate. Try to find somebody with some front end damage. Oh, it does look like Crowhop is getting within a second of How Good Am I? Excuse me.
Yeah, and it looks like Bill has created a 8-second gap.
He says I'm not joining the commentary box because I'm mad. That's fine. That's alright.
We understand, Ice.
Yeah.
Albiner in the pits already?
Here's Albiner into the pits. Yeah.
I think I see a tiny bit of damage. Yes, he has damage.
Oh.
It was short.
Oh no!
I'm hearing reports from the pit lane. It was short.
I see a little bit of scrape on Sierra's front arrow there. That is unfortunate.
Pit lane reporter.
You're very, very fast driver, but they are a little new to Project Cars, and you know, and to be honest, sometimes these things happen, but it is very unfortunate, and they should not happen under ideal circumstances. We pride ourselves on our clean driving. Sometimes these rookie mistakes happen. I've done it. I've outbraked myself in the Clios during a race and just piled into somebody. Just one of those rookie mistake things that sometimes happens. But in such a long race, it is really heartbreaking. It's definitely not a place to be sticking too close on the first lap. That's for sure. Got a long time to race here. Crow Hop still sticking within 0.6 or 0.7 of how good. Not a whole lot going on. Sula at some point passed Extrovert. And Extrovert back around Sula now? What is going on here, boys? And that's Worthy into the pits. Surely an early pit stop for Worthy as well, as Extrovert and Sula battle it down the straight.
I think I missed what happened between Extrovert and Sula.
I'll return in 5, sorry, child calls.
That is alright. Yeah, I missed Sula getting into first place. Worthy has retired now.
Oh. He was in the LMPs, I'm guessing. Did he have an accident or?
He pitted early. He pitted this lap, so it might have been damage. Yeah. We can. Oh, Sula, right up close to Extrovert.
I'm joining into the session now.
All right, excellent. It's good to have eyes on gaps and timings and all. Ugh. See, I'm hesitant to pull drivers in for interviews after retirements. I think while people are pitting is a good idea, but we might hear some choice words if we pull people in after retirements. Oh, Worthy was only doing a few laps. He didn't want to race the full race. Alright. Oh. Sure.
I'm in the session now. And I wonder what's deciding what I'm seeing. I think it's your spectating that decides.
Oh, are you like a broadcaster now?
No, it says live broadcast.
You can't select your own cameras?
No.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, Dabo will be watching what I'm watching. I have no control.
I think I'm watching what.
So everybody
is watching.
Everybody spectating the race has to watch what I watch. All right, I did not know that. Well, you guys are on gap duty then.
I can see positions from 1 to 16. Then it doesn't go any further.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, what is going on here? A little bit of a accordion happening.
Looks like they passed the GTE car.
So Dabo, if you could put your mouse over that grid and scroll up and down with your mouse, you can see the rest.
Oh yeah, I can.
It looks like Simple has joined us in the commentary box as well. Hello, Simple.
Like we have some technical difficulties getting Simple.
Yeah, they call him Simple Technical Difficulties Geek.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, mate. I'm gonna turn you up a little bit.
Turn up, I can push the talk.
All right. How's it going, Simple?
I seriously have no luck with this game. The one week where frame it's an issue, USB
Simple, your mic is absolutely broken on my end. Is anybody else getting that, or is it?
I didn't get a word of that.
Can you go to the other end of the pit lane so we get a better connection, maybe?
Yeah. Get out from behind the tin wall that bounces the radio waves back. Get out in the open.
Is it any better?
Possibly.
Maybe. It's too early to tell.
Yeah.
Oh, fat charming.
Sula and Extrovert still battling it out.
Yeah, it's a really close situation coming
Side
into the
by
second
side.
Ultra round chicane. Oh, and
he's through.
He's through, or I guess he was through at the start as well.
This is absolute madness between these two. They've been battling for laps and laps. I don't think these guys know it's an endurance race.
Both their cars look completely smashed up, in my view.
That's a glitch. Yeah,
that's a bug.
Yeah, I had to restart a few times to make sure to get rid of the graphical glitches. We had that happen last race during the broadcast, and it was not fun to watch.
Looks like Sam is in the pits.
Does appear that way, and we're only 7 laps into the race, so I don't think that's a scheduled pit stop.
We see Extrovert going for the overtake right now.
About the right time for Sam.
They're coming into
It's a bit early.
Indianapolis. Oh, and Extrovert almost goes a bit wide. He doesn't make the pass.
They're going to be chewing through their tyres.
Yeah, they are.
Does anyone have the track map?
Yes. No.
Yeah.
It's in the. I think it's in the driver briefing.
Oh yeah, I've got it. I've got it blue tacked to my wheel, so it's all good.
I'll post it up. Post it up here.
Remember all the corner names?
Yeah. I mean, there's not too many of them, so it's merciful there. But I still don't know all of them.
We're second and third are incredibly close to each other in the LMP class.
Yeah, looks like
Yeah,
it.
they are. They've been sticking within a second of each other nearly the entire race so far.
A few attempts between each other. See a pass here.
Yeah, it looks like Crowhop's maneuvering to possibly take advantage of the slipstream here. I don't think he's got... It's going to get risky. I don't think he's got it. Yeah.
He's too far back for that.
Very, very responsible racing on Crowhop's part there. That was getting a little shifty there.
Yeah, this is still a three-way battle going on. As 1, 2, and 3 are still quite close in the LMPs.
Yep. Yeah, not 10 seconds separating them yet. And we're
2, 3, and 4 are very close to each other.
We're about halfway, well not halfway, half hour into the race already. So that is good to see. Excuse my spastic camera work per usual.
But it looks like there's a gap now between Sola and Extrovert, maybe?
Yeah.
Or did I miss something? Yeah?
Yeah, I think, well, Sula solidified that lead for a little bit, and then I think the gap is just kind of widened. I think Extrovert backed off, but I don't know. It's reaching 2.5 seconds gap now. That seems like a bit much, actually, for a natural gap to form that quick.
Yep.
Wonder if he had a bit of a moment, maybe.
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah, 2.5 seconds. Well, maybe not quite that much yet, but a 2-second gap could have been a brief loss of control. A little bit of a slide could put you back that much. Not a full spin, just a little moment.
Wondering if something might have happened around the Porsche curves, because I know the GTEs particularly don't like being behind other cars through that section.
Oh, they don't
very
like.
unleary.
Yeah, they don't like being on their own in that section. The curves are dangerous in the Ford GT, at least. If you on the 4th gear left-hander and the 5th gear left-handers in there, if you touch the curbs, the car gets completely unsettled, and it's risky. It's possible to take that section extremely fast, but to do it extremely fast is also very risky.
Yeah, I've just noticed the times for Meek and Raz, literally less than a second between them.
Oh yeah, Raz is hungry. As I was saying before the race started, positions 1 through 10, 1 through 11 now. Everybody in the LMP2 field are wild cards. Like they all have shown some very strong performances at different times during the season. So it's really anybody's game within that first 10 positions of LMP2. I can't even call it. I mean, aside from first, might be Bill. We'll see.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you who second, third on that one. All I know is Kerman's not favourite to win it. Oh, Raz is still taking him.
Yep, good pass there.
In that case, can you keep the position into the next one?
Meek's still not looking too aggressive through there, but I don't think he's given up.
Meeks to particularly struggles with the top speed in his car.
Looks like Nemera is catching Extrovert now.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
As
Yeah,
we had some traffic, some early traffic in the race.
Let's get on with Nemera here. 6-second gap to Extrovert. We'll check back in with that and see how it goes. Phosphorus just that's how good into the pits on the 9th lap, and Crow Hop in a second.
That.
I don't think that fits How Good's strategy. Let's see if we can get him into the. Oh, is he leaving the pits already? All right, never mind.
Oh, that might have been a refuel.
It could have been.
I know. Some of the LMPs run about double stinted tyres, so it could be interesting.
Just got to think he's going to double stint.
We're not that far into the race. I'm a bit surprised that we're seeing all these pit stops.
Yeah, I think everything before now has been due to damage or the wrong setups or wrong amount of fuel.
Yeah,
How
they
Good
should still have enough fuel to
Yeah,
go for at least another half an hour, I would think.
How Good was estimating having to pit on the 12th lap, so that was 3 laps early for How Good's strategy. Yeah, it's questionable. I mean, it's possible that a lot more fuel and tires are getting burned out there. I don't know.
Well, it could be on hard compound, possibly.
But if he was on hard, he would have just maybe done a no tire change.
That's AVX into the pits.
Yep.
Meeksta in the what was the joke about the Eureka? It's the circuit shuttle bus. It's really great for spectating the race from the Eureka. God bless Meek. Anyway, the Meek manages to really push that thing, but it's suffering on the straights. It's not having the power that's really needed.
I believe some of the LMPs are turboed and some are not.
Yeah.
Owner has gotten disqualified from the race.
What?
We're going the wrong way in the pits.
What happened?
We're gonna have to ask him ourselves. He wants to join into the commentary.
Let's get him in here. Hello, Al. Welcome to the commentary box.
Woo!
What's going on? What's new with Al Boner?
Well, I hate this game even more now.
What happened, man?
Well, basically, I crashed because I'm shit at this game.
Okay. That sounds like a you problem so far.
yeah, absolutely. And then I crashed a little bit more entering the pit lane because, again, I'm a shit driver. But then the game decided to, like, when I was done with my pit stop, it needs to pull out. I came like 20 meters maybe, and it disqualified me the wrong way.
Wait, so after the pit stop,
Yeah, but still in the pit lane.
you're still in the pit lane.
Mm-hmm.
Were you going? Were you in fact going the wrong way?
No, absolutely not. I'm
You
not
were
that
going
shit.
the right way. You didn't spin or anything.
No.
You weren't
No,
doing
just-
wicked sick burnouts.
Yeah, and I was probably in like maybe 30 kilometers an hour since, you know, the mark takes the whole pit lane to accelerate. So I wasn't speeding either. The game just decided to be Project Cars 2, basically.
Wow. Well, that
Project
is.
Cars for you.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate. That's
mean, that was-
extrovert
I would-
into the pits now.
I was looking forward to finishing last, but I guess I wouldn't even finish.
What?
Yeah.
Is-
Leaving the
so,
pit.
yeah, did he just finish his pit stop then?
I don't. It was very brief. I wasn't paying super close attention, but
Well, he's now in 9th, so he must have worn his tyres down from battling with Sula, I think.
yeah, that's very
Well, he
possible.
I reckon he could be doing a short stint and going for the longest second stint.
But that never pays off because you have to refuel more.
Yeah, I found in the GTE, in the full GTE, I could do at least 40.5 laps on 88 litres.
Well, you never want to start with a low amount of fuel because you always have to refuel back up to the maximum amount.
I believe he's just worn his tyres down more than he wanted to, maybe.
Perhaps.
Because he was battling with Sula for quite a fair amount of time. So that won't have done his tyres any favour.
And there's
And
another
that's-
LMP.
Lethargic into the pits now, and we're approaching the area where it could be scheduled pit stops. 11 is kind of early, 10 is kind of early still, but this could be just the first scheduled pit stop for Lethargic. And Alboner, I'm gonna send you away. Thanks for giving us your insight, but it's getting crowded in the commentary box here, and I gotta.
Unlucky, Albana.
Yeah. Good luck to you in the future. I hope to see some amazing performances from you in Season 2. No pressure.
Won't happen, but thanks.
I believe in you, man. I believe in you anyway. We'll catch up with you later, bud.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah. This looks like a tyre change and a fuel swap. Oh, spun Aston Martin in the background.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
There was a spun Aston Martin.
Yeah, it must have been
Mason, maybe.
It must have been Mason because it was.
Yeah, Mason dropped.
Yeah,
Well,
I believe it was Mason.
yeah, Falcon got a free position there. It looks like from Mason.
It's a really good battle between him and Barney.
Gap Watch 2018. Bill Kerman now up into a 13-second lead. We're I can't do math. 35, 40 minutes into the race now.
Yeah,
Phosphorus 5 seconds behind in third place for LMP2. Sula now in first since Extrovert hit the pits. Extrovert in 9th now. Animera is up into second place in GTE category with a 13-second gap to Sula, and we'll see what becomes of that. Animera and Sula well, Anamera in the last race was leading I think the entire race until he got disconnected. So with no network issues, Anamera could be challenging Sula very quickly. Sula did win that race, but Anamera led it until he disconnected. So this could be a little revenge shootout between Sula and Anamera here.
Sula's looking really strong this race, so
yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be a difficult job to catch up.
Sjord up into third, a little bit of damage, not pitted yet, a little bit of front aero damage for sure, but apparently not enough to really make too much of a difference. Erroled in the pits now.
Has to be a scheduled stop.
Yeah, let's pull Errol in real quick here. Errol volunteered for interviews. Hello, Errol.
Hi.
Are we on a scheduled pit stop now?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, how's it going out there?
It's going great. I had a bit of contact with Just Click at the start.
Yeah.
He had a spin, and I tried to avoid him. Couldn't. So I got some minor front end damage, which cost me around 10 kilometers an hour on this straight. Still losing a bit of time there.
I can hear Falcon smashing the rev limiter. Alright, well, I'll let you get back to racing here, Errol. Thanks for the update.
Cheers.
We've got some different strategies from the LMPs, it appears. Like, 1, 2, and 3 are over a minute ahead now. So...
And they haven't pitted yet.
Yeah, lap 12 should be the magic hour if they're not stretching their fuel too much. Lap 12 is a reasonable amount from my insider information that I received.
Wondering if people have changed their fuel mapping maybe to save a little bit of fuel. Don't know how that affects lap times, but
that is another thing. In testing, a couple of the drivers were fuel saving just to see what they could do on a stretch stint with fuel. But I don't know if they mentioned the fuel mapping. I think a lot of that fuel saving they were doing was like lift and coast type of stuff and what have you. So
the majority of people said it probably wasn't worthwhile going into a lower fuel mapping. So
right.
You're better off staying on lean.
Right.
So we see Sedian go into the pits.
Losing a couple positions already, but he should be able to leapfrog up a few when he comes out because a lot of people have not pitted yet. And Falcon now neck and neck with Party. Oh, tucking in behind him again.
They're still going at it.
Yeah, they've been at it for...
Parney was feeling quite good in his full GT, I believe. He had quite a bit of confidence in it this time. Found quite a lot of pace in it.
That's good. Party's been pretty consistent. I don't think we've seen him on the podium for GTE series, but he's been pretty consistent, and he's really come into his own in our Oval League. Parney's been we both started racing Oval at the same time, and Team Jerry has just shot to the top. He actually overtook me for third place in the Oval Championship on the last race. So it's good to see that, especially for a new series like a Oval Racing series with a bunch of Europeans. It's good to see some really competitive racing there. Here's Have a Nice Day.
Teammates battling.
And this is Have a Nice Day and Husky, with Extrovert only 5 seconds behind them.
Now, Have a Nice Day and Husky do have the same team livery, but they are not actually teammates in the main series. Husky is a newcomer, just to fill in the viewers here. And Husky's driven off.
Yeah, that's one way to get past.
Felt the pressure a little bit there from behind, I think.
Yeah, that's quite possible. And those chicanes are difficult to get right if you haven't practiced them a lot as well.
And Ras Daniels and Meek are both in the pits right now.
Aye, they are. And that's lap 12, so this is the magic lap. We'll see what happens with the top 3. But, yep, as you see, people are just filling into the pits now.
We're coming in.
Now.
Yep, this is proper strategy right now, but as we already saw, we had how good am I pitting early. So we're off sync with a couple of the strategies in LMP2 right now, which could play out nicely towards the end. Ariel is coming past the guys in the pits, so it's gonna come down to who's planned their strategy out perfect so that they just cross the line before they run out of fuel towards the end.
Yeah,
it's it's a little bit unusual to see the strategies changing up so early in the race. It's usually more towards the end.
It is. I was gonna say that as well. We usually see some pretty uniform pit stops in the main series, at least for our 45-minute races. But there has been a lot of shakeups already for the first pit stops, and 1, 2, and 3 still haven't pit, and there's still other LMPs out there that have not pit. Bill Kerman, we're on board with right now. We see only 3 liters of fuel right now.
Yep.
So he is absolutely stretching it out.
But I think Bill Kerman is on the more, let's say, conservative or usual strategy when it comes to fueling. You usually want to start with a full tank and then you deplete that tank, and then it's a question if you're going to take the tires or if you're going to double stint the tires, which then comes into play right now. I'm not sure about the tires. Do any of you guys have information from the drivers about tire life?
I'm not too sure about LMPs, but the GTEs, a one stop is possible just about, I think. So
only changing tires once?
Yes, but I'm not 100% on that. I could have gone for a one stop in the BMW, but I'm not sure about others. I know Anamera, I think it was Anamera, was on about maybe putting hards on once it's got light after the night bit. So
yeah,
don't know.
I think hard tires could probably last the whole race on one set.
It's the fueling. The GTEs will need to refuel once.
Yeah. Well, both the GTEs and the LMPs will have to refuel.
Because all the GTEs have different size fuel tanks. BMW had a 101 litre tank. Some have got slightly less, some have got slightly more. So
yeah,
I don't know if a splash and dash is needed. Not 100%.
Maybe it's probably different from all the different cars.
Yeah, but I believe the LMPs have to have a splash and dash at the end. Oh, almost taking the wrong pick to exit.
Yeah, almost a red flag there. Or a black flag. Unsafe.
No positions.
Exit.
Yeah, no positions lost on the top 3 for LMP2 yet. There's one. Alright, I was expecting at least one to happen when the top 3 were pitted. So that's how good am I now into 3rd place with a full tank of gas.
Up in 3rd. Looks like he's 30 seconds behind Kerman and 15 seconds behind Crow.
Not a horrible spread from where How Good is sitting. Here's Husky with a little bit of front end damage, trying to keep up with Have a Nice Day. I expect that gap will.
Husky is moving really slowly.
Yeah, and there he is off into the pits. I was expecting that pit stop there. He kind of put it off till the last second there.
Perhaps he ran out of fuel, or almost ran out. He was moving really slowly.
He's got fuel. He might have radiator damage, is the thing. His oil temperature is 214 Fahrenheit, which I'm not exactly sure what the tolerances are on Aston Martin, but he might have been trying to save his engine a little bit. Phosphorus is rejoined in the field in 5th place. Click has now moved up into 4th.
I was found 214. I found 140 today. No issues.
Simply your mic's all goofed up, man.
Oh, sorry.
Concraven, another newcomer here. 10th place in GTE. It's not last. not bad.
And it looks like most of the GTEs haven't yet started pitting. I think they can last a little bit longer than the LMP2s on one tank of fuel.
Yeah, they absolutely can. The LMP2s, I believe the conservative or safe strategy is going to be a 3-stop for the LMP2s, largely due to fuel. But I haven't done the intense math. I've got just pages of intel from practice sessions, but it's kind of hard to sift through it. I should have made it into some bullet points and stuff before starting the stream, but got a lot of insider information from some of the drivers here.
I haven't noted down who's pitted yet in the GTEs, but we should probably expect pit stops coming up quite soon from the leaders, like Zulu.
Had Extrovert, we've had Husky, but I believe that is it, to be honest, for the moment. I would think we start seeing them soon, because I noted Husky only had 9 litres of fuel left, so he would have only been able to do another lap anyway.
Yeah, if we can have a look at the fuel levels from some of the GTE drivers, we could maybe have an idea.
So we've got
Looks like
22.
Falcon has.
I believe the
22
Ford
litres.
GT has a 110 litre tank, maybe.
Oh, but look
Parney.
at Parney, he's only at 6.
Yeah, Parney in the same car.
So I believe Parney will probably pit this lap, because I don't think he'll get another lap out of that.
Yeah, there's no sense in stretching that too far. Anamera hitting the pits now in P2. Sjord just about to swipe that position up, and that's Sjord into second place now. Sjord has 14.5 liters. Sula 18.4. Anamera is hopefully going to get fueled up here.
I'm thinking Parney started with less than max fuel.
Yeah. That's Josh Click into the pits in the LMP2 field. And that's Falcon up into third for now, with 21.4 liters. He's got time to work out his strategy.
But I'm thinking if Animera pitted now, he probably is going for a one-stopper, which means that he will be out for the rest of the race.
That's quite possible.
He can make it.
We might see a splash of fuel for Animera later in the race, but he's got 83 liters now, and I know Animera knows how to baby tires and make them last ages. So
I'm sure the Ferrari has a bigger fuel tank than 80. Don't you think?
Yeah, I forget what most of the GTE cars have. So he might be doing a 2-stop, and
yeah, he might be going in one more time then.
I wonder what sort of fuel load Extrovert has then, because he pitted really early.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he. He's got 57, so I don't know if he managed to put in
He must have
more
topped
fuel.
his fuel back up.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he probably still has to pit one more time. If that's gonna be a full refuel or maybe a half a tank, I'm not sure.
I reckon about half the tank.
Welcome again to
But I
anybody
don't
just
think
joining
that's
us.
pitted. I don't think Extrovert's first pit stop was a planned pit stop, so it's gonna be
What's up in the-
interesting to see how we can keep up.
What's up in the YouTube chat? You guys seem dead. That must mean the race is that captivating if nobody's typing in the chat.
I keep forgetting we're not even halfway through the race.
Yeah, this isn't the main series here. We're in it for the long haul with 1 hour 25 minutes left in the race.
So it would be interesting to see if one of the GTEs can make it on only one stop. There's not many left that could do it. Perhaps Sula.
I think it's possible, but at the point of fuel saving and tire saving, you might be losing time. That's the thing. A lot of people have been putting some serious practice in preparation for this race, and what a lot of people are finding is that you can stretch your fuel a long time and you can stretch your tires a long time, but at a certain point it's worth it to jump in for some fuel and some fresh tires.
Yeah. Slow moving car.
It's Parney and Jans in the matching Fords. Beautiful. Look at them go.
Harley was having to think about it.
And this is for position number 10 in the GTE field.
Jans is yet to pit, I believe.
Perhaps. Could we get a look at Jans?
Falcon's in the pits.
Can you repeat your last demo?
Can we get a look at Jon's fuel levels to see what strategy is on? Looks like he hasn't pitted yet.
Yeah.
But he might be going for a one-stopper.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where it's plausible to stretch that 17 liters out.
Perhaps
I'm not sure.
Going for it.
I'm not sure a one-stopper might be possible then in the GTEs.
Yeah, it's questionable, and if it is possible, is it worth it?
It's really, really sad, put it that way.
Well, you make up or you gain the amount of time you usually would have lost in a pit stop, which is why I guess maybe about 30 to 50 seconds. I haven't.
Right.
I looked
do
at the
have
times.
that. I do have that information here somewhere. Pit stops cost about a minute for tires and fuel in the LMP2s.
I believe Falcon had to repair some damage there.
Oh, and he's using the wrong pit exit. That's a drive-through penalty. Nah, just joking. I don't know what we do with that.
He did back off there. I saw him back off. So
some interesting formations going on here.
Looks like he was thinking about,
isn't it?
Oh, and he goes through now.
That was cutting it really fine.
Yeah, it looked like Meeks had to back out a bit to avoid contact there.
Just noticed Kermit's lead, it's under 8 seconds.
Or maybe that was Mad Dog or...
Yeah, that was Mad Dog in front there, and now Lethargic is just coming up to them.
Has Meek retired? I don't see him in the standings.
I'm not sure.
It does kind of look like Meeks is retired, huh? We've got 25 drivers currently.
Well, Meeks has retired.
That's too bad. That's Sule into the pits in first position. Let's get on board with Sjord and see what's going on. Sjord also diving into the pits now with 3 liters. That's a wise move.
Yeah. And we're not halfway through the race yet, so if they're gonna do it on one stop, they are still gonna have to fuel save more on the next stint.
Yep, and we'll see how that works out for them, because they're going to be scrambling for position here with Mason just coming up. Oh, he's going to be hitting the pits too.
Yeah. So this is probably the standard strategy then in the GTEs.
Yep.
But there's going to be a lot of splash and dash towards the end. That's going to be interesting.
Against the lead.
We've got Extrovert, got the undercut on fuel at the very least, and he is not going into the pits. And that is Extrovert up into first for the time being. Certainly subject to change later in the race if there's another pit stop involved, but that is an interesting development.
How are the top 3 looking for fuel?
Well, Extrovert is going to have to pit one more time, that's guaranteed. But I'm also pretty sure Sula and the other 2 that pitted now also have to pit one more time. So if things stay the way they are, Extrovert is still very much in the race and fighting for the victory.
So I think there's some different strategies, because the last 3 full GTs that have pitted all come out the pits with different fuel levels. One come out with 83, one come out with 84, and one come out with 86, I believe. So I'm wondering if they're just putting enough fuel into their tyres to last.
Perhaps.
Way up.
Yeah. Perhaps the fuel tank is only like about 85 or 90 liters. I'm not sure. But it almost seems that way. By the way, it looked like Bill had still a lot of fuel left in his LMP.
Yeah, and Crowhop is looking pretty low on fuel.
How
So
much
did Bill pit yet?
Bill, Howgood, and Phosphorus all pit at the same time on lap 12 or at the end of lap 12.
Right.
So
Just noticed Kerman's lead lit about 5 seconds now.
yeah, Crowhop's right up on his tail, but Crowhop's gonna chance another lap with 7.4.
Kerman could be fuel saving. What's his fuel like at the moment?
Kerman's got 21 liters, and he's like the last to pit in the LMP2 field in nominal conditions, so he is extremely careful with his fuel.
I'm thinking Kerman can make this on only one more stop.
Yeah, it's quite possible. Minute 16 left in the race.
I think someone forgot to change the settings, so it changes to 9.
What's that? You cut out a bit.
I think someone remembered to change the settings, so it changes to 9.
Yeah, perhaps. I'm not seeing any change in light conditions. And we're already... Oh, there's a big crash! First chicane, LMP went out.
Aerial Master, I believe that was.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure what's going on with the camera right now.
Lots of stuff.
Oh, there's a big battle here. Oh, have a nice day.
Oh, that's close.
And Falcon, I've been noticing on the straights, is hitting his rev limiter pretty consistently, getting beyond his top speed, well, top revs. I'm wondering how that's going to play out for him.
Especially for his engine temps.
Yeah, because he's got 219 degrees for oil temperature right now.
4 degrees, so that's... It's hot, but it's fine.
Yeah.
But the Aston
Let's
Martin's
see.
running it sort of 95. So
Yeah,
he's running it a lot warmer than others.
Around the 200s is acceptable. It doesn't seem to be, well, 220 now. It might creep up later on.
I reckon the
it-
average is around about 210 to 220, no, 210 to 220.
Yeah, if he keeps smashing the limiter throughout the whole race, he might incur some gradual engine damage that might take some horsepower off at the very end, if nothing else.
We have a move.
But
Yeah, Falcon couldn't get the pass completed, but he went. He tried to do it at the same place that he tried to overtake Barney earlier in the race. But Ariel Master still. No, wait. Javanice Day still kept the position ahead. So, but quite nice battling between these two right now. So coming into the Porsche curves, there's an LMP in the mix. I believe that was the LMP that we saw spin earlier in the lap.
Yeah, it looks like it. Same colour. I believe they must have got away with not hitting the wall then.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they got any damage, but
They
still
came off
looks
the
like
track
it's
really
driving
quick,
fine.
though.
Yeah. But you can see here just how difficult it is to overtake in the Porsche curves, even for the LMPs behind the GTE. It's not easy.
it's Kerman into the pits.
That's correct. And he's almost pitting in right now, which is halfway through the race.
That's how good am I into the race lead now?
Yep.
Kerman had some fuel
The question I'm wondering is if Kerman is going to make this his last pit stop, or if he has to pit one more time.
I think he has to pit one more time. He usually puts off in our main series races. He pits in the last couple of laps in the hour-long race. So I think there's a slash and dash in the mix for Kerman coming up at
There
the end
will
of the
be a
race.
splash and dash in the LMPs, I believe.
It is interesting though, because
Okay.
Crowhop was very low on fuel, and Kerman still had some to spare, and they both pit at the same time. But Kerman's got some room to wiggle. Phosphorus only 5 seconds behind Kerman now, and both in similar conditions. So some interesting consequences of strategy there.
Yeah. Seems like Kerman then might, as you're saying, might have to pit one more time. But the same thing goes for How Good Am I? I think he also only needs to pit one more time. And if that's the case, then it's going to be quite an interesting battle. And I think even How Good Am I might have the upper hand then. Because the gap right now, I'm seeing 34 seconds on my screen. Not sure what you're seeing on the broadcast.
Yeah, see, 34 seconds.
It's a pretty good lead.
Yeah, that's a good spot for Jack to be in, and he's prepared a lot for this race, so he knows exactly what moves he's going to be making.
We have a slow LMP.
Oh, and it's swerving around.
Yeah, they've lost their
very
rear
late.
spoiler. Oh, I believe they've spun as well.
Yep. I'm not seeing it anymore.
Who that was?
It was a red LMP. Yellow flags into Mulsan corner.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that was.
There we have him.
AVX
AVX.
is stopped on the track. Bad luck, AVX.
His engine
AVX
was
also
on that wall. He's lost the front of his
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
His
Yellow
engine
Oh, he's
flags.
he's going to be limping into the pits.
Body
He had some bad
part.
luck at the end of his last race. Suffered some very intense damage and smashed his
Oh.
bonnet. He had a Oh no.
Yeah, I think his front suspension damage is really struggling to.
Was that Zedian that hit the bonnet there? May have incurred some frontal damage from smashing that bonnet, possibly. As I was saying, AVX suffered some catastrophic damage at the end of the final main series race and had to limp into the pits as well. It's unfortunate that a similar incident's happened again. Hopefully he can recover from that.
Well, he's a really long way away from the pits, so we're gonna have to watch him a bit, I think, as he's limping his way back.
He's surely got some suspension damage there as well.
Because where is he on the track? I think he's coming. Whoa, that's not good.
Yeah, he's got some major damage to the rear.
He's on the Mulsanne straight, I think, coming towards Indianapolis.
Yep.
He's
just gonna have to limp.
He's better off driving slower than he is going. The quicker he goes, the more unstable the car's getting.
Yeah, he's got some serious front suspension damage and is having issues just keeping the front wheels turned the right way. Very unfortunate. Falcon's sneaking up to have a nice day here.
Yeah, this is the battle for P8 in GTE.
P7 rather.
Yeah, of course.
And it looks like both of them have actually, Have a Nice Day has some scuffs, and Falcon looks relatively clean.
Falcon had some front end damage earlier on, which I think is what cost him all the positions.
Yeah, and his fuel temperature is creeping up now to 227 Fahrenheit. So
it's 108 degrees Celsius, so it is running warm.
It's starting to get a little hot.
He's hitting the rev limiter, like you say, and that's just added to the problems. It's gone up to 108 at the end of that straight. So
I'm wondering what the gap is now between Sula and Extrovert and Animera.
That is so
7.5 to Extrovert in the lead to Sula.
I can't remember if he's been catching.
Animera is currently third.
Yeah, they've got AVX, that LMP car, between them in the overall standings, but Animera 20 seconds behind AVX, and AVX is... So Animera's 35 seconds behind
AVX is showing us his ballerina skills, so...
Here comes some cars. It's Lethargic and Mad Dog again battling. They have had a good battle now for a while, I think.
Yeah, they've been teammates through the main series in the Eureka, the Jackie Chan livery for the Eureka, which is never before seen in the racing world, I believe. And but now there's no team points on the line, so they are rivals for this race. It is only individual points for this race.
There is actually team points for it.
Oh, there's team points in the endurance race league?
It's double points for Le Mans.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Our last endurance race didn't have teams, I don't believe, so that's an interesting development.
No, it was just GT3s, wasn't it? So there was no team league.
Yeah. But it looks like Lethargic and Mad Dog just moved up a position. Who was in the pits? There was
Josh Click was in the pits, so they scooped up that free position from him. Josh Click now out of the pits in P9.
How good of a one is still in the lead?
Yeah.
Falcon made the P7 move stick at some point. AVX now safely into the pits.
He's going to be in there for quite a long time, I suppose, getting prepared.
I would imagine this will be upwards of a 2-minute pit stop.
He's also missed his pit box.
I'm sorry, AVX.
There you go, AVX. Well, you've got a spoiler now, so...
There we go. We're making stuff work here.
But I must say, it's really fascinating to see Lethargic and Mad Dog work this way as a team throughout the race.
Yeah, if they can keep it up in this form with the drafting, it's going to be saving fuel and tires for the guy in back. Maybe they'll flip flop, and the next guy can save some fuel and tires. They could work as a team to scoop up a lot lot more positions this way.
Looks like the gap between 1 and 2 in LMP is down to 28 seconds, so Kerman has been catching a little bit, but it's still quite a big gap. And in the GTE field, can we get the time now between Extrovert and Sula?
Looks like the gap has raised about a second between Extrovert and Sula. Yeah, it's all over the place.
Goes a little
About
bit
the
between
same.
6 and 8 seconds, so...
Yeah,
It's
roughly
like
the
about
same
the same.
gap, I'd say.
I believe with the LMPs, with how good am I in first and Kerman in second, whether how good am I actually change his tyres on his pit stop. Because there was mentioning of double stinting the tyres in the LMPs, so I'm wondering if that is what he's done. Because I know some of the practice he had done, he was double stinting, I believe, so he could be struggling with his tyres a bit.
That could be why there's such a large time difference between them. Ariel is in the bit.
Hello, Meekster.
Hello, everyone.
What happened, Meekster?
Welcome.
We didn't notice you retired until quite a while after, I'm afraid.
Well, it's the same thing that's happened again. There was a nice little crash of one of my applications, which then caused me to alt-tab out, and then I hit the wall at PlayStation.
Oh, nice.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's always the worst. Is
Yeah, there's a huge battle right now.
it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to see like catastrophic damage happen during a race, but it's another type of pain to have technical difficulties on a race this long.
I know, and I was doing so well as well. I was keeping up, even though I was in the slow car, I was keeping up with Raz quite easily, and I felt like I could probably have had him, but oh well. So
he was to see you in 8th position at one point.
Sorry?
I see you in 8th at one point, and I never see you move from there. I didn't know if you...
I went up to 7th, I believe.
There was a lot going on.
Yeah.
We watched some Ballerina from AVX, we watched some Contact.
I saw the ballerina.
Right now we're seeing a great battle again between Falcon and Gemini today. Falcon can't make the pass work down the Mulsanne straight. I believe his top speed is lacking a bit.
Oh, we've lost Parney. Parney's game crashed.
Oh, unfortunate.
That's a shame.
And AVX appears to be safely out of the pits, and just like the last race, AVX had enough time to pop into the stream and type into the chat while getting repairs.
Just some information from Driver Radio. Looks like How Good Am I and Bill Kerman are doing double stinting of the tyres. They're doing a 12-lap stint and a 7-lap stint.
Well, How Good Am I just entered the pit lane, so we're gonna have to see how far behind he is once he exits. And I'm thinking he might drop down to P3.
Yeah, that's Bill Kerman. It says that he's a lap down, but I don't believe he is. I think he might swoop this position up here.
Will How Good Am I be the first person this season to defeat the Bill Kerman?
That would be
is the
quite a
big
development. How Good Am I's put in a lot of preparation for this race, as I've said, and he knows exactly what moves to make. He's got contingency plans for damage. For the end of the race, he's got pit strategies set up in advance to do exactly what he needs to do. So he is very, very poised to make some serious moves here.
Yeah, quick question, Mixter. The lobby appears to not be going in tonight, so that...
Yeah, we appear to have a bug in the lobby, the bug being the host not setting it up right.
We thought that might have been the case, because we was looking forward to some night racing, but it hasn't happened.
We all were as well. We realised around the half an hour mark, and everyone was trying to get a lobby restart, but that weren't going to happen.
It's still two and a bit hours, so...
Exactly, it's still good.
I'm kind of glad I'm not racing, because the BMW was better at night than it was in the day, so I wouldn't have done too well. Oh, we're gonna have a move here. Falcon
Falcon.
off the inside to PlayStation. Oh, he went deep. Kept it though. For now, he's kept the position.
A little something possibly developing between Click and Mad Dog here. Just a second separating them, and Josh Click looks to be on the prowl.
Yeah. Does this mean Lethargic has pitted, or am I thinking of someone else?
I think... Yeah, Lethargic... I thought Mad Dog and Lethargic pitted at the same time, but I could have been mistaken. 18.8 and... Okay, Mad Dog has not pitted. Lethargic pitted.
Yeah.
And received fuel.
The gap between 1 and 2 right now is only 4 seconds.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, that is... It's gonna be wild in the LMP2 field at the end of this race, boy. I know already. We are just now under an hour left in the race, and it's gonna get interesting.
This Phosphorus guy, he seems to be quite quick, especially as he was a last-minute addition as he was a reserve driver.
Yeah, and that's always good to see some newcomers turn up and start really blazing down the track. That's always fun. So that's Josh Click making the move stick on Mad Dog for P7.
But the convertible LMP really does seem to be struggling in a straight line.
Yeah, Meeksta, any comments on the Oreca's straight line performance?
Yeah, it tops out without a slipstream at about 180 miles an hour. I don't know whatever that is in kilometres, but it's just a tiny bit quicker than the GTEs, and it's roughly about 10 miles an hour slower than the others in LMP.
Yeah, the GTEs top out at like 178 or 179 if with the right setup.
Yeah, with a bit of a toe from another LMP, where you can kind of keep with them, but it's not. It's a losing battle.
Falcon and Have a Nice Day are still at it, and that's Josh Click behind them in the green. Or no, it's not. That's just the other green and black livery that looks like the Totally Not Robots livery. That's How Good Am I? Yeah, he threw me off. He had an orange livery at the beginning of the season. He changed his livery, but I guess he could do that. If you're the founder of the Project Cars Drivers Club, you can change your livery whenever you want.
In some really difficult traffic right now. Has to negotiate through this.
Although Falcon could use it to his advantage.
Too wide into the Rouge, never a good idea. You lose so much speed coming down to the Mulsanne straight.
Yeah, you need that exit speed there.
Yeah,
Looks like Falcon did get the best of it.
And look at just how much advantage Falcon get because of that. He can use that extra speed through the exit of the Rouge, and now he gets the overtake done.
Yeah, you can gain some, even without the slipstream, you can gain.
But he needs to go defensive here. He's not gone defensive. This is quite a opportunistic move by Have a Nice Day, and he doesn't make it stick. So these two are going to keep on battling, I think, until one of them hits.
Very well defended there by Falcon.
Well, I don't think he defended into the corner.
I was going to say, he left the door open and then he realised and then he managed to keep it closed.
It was good by Have a Nice Day that he didn't overshoot when he went to the inside. And we see it again, another nice pass by Have a Nice Day, and Falcon managing to slot in behind without any issue.
That Aston is fast in a straight line, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is.
It's one of the faster ones in a straight line, I believe. It's quite quick.
And the trade-off seems to be it is a little bit of a heavier car, not as nimble through the corners.
I believe Barney just commented on YouTube.
Oh, bit of a contact there. Looks like.
That's it. Was my best race I've ever had. PC just crashed. Never happens to me. You can't believe it. Unlucky, Barney. It was great to watch.
Yeah, it was great watching you race because you had some really close battles. You looked quite quick in the car. So
Another challenger has joined the fray here. Ariel now moving up to the Have and Falcon battle.
oh yeah, this is all for position.
Yep.
So what's these guys' fuel levels? Do you have any readings?
Yep, we've got 20 liters for Ariel. Falcon's got 49 liters, and Have has 57. So they've all got enough fuel to battle it out for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Ariel is going to be pitting before the other two.
Yep.
Mad Dog now into the pits.
This is gonna be a good fight, I think. If they can keep up with Java Nice Day, because he's quite quick in that Aston.
Indeed, Ariel touching the grass. Looks like Have touched the grass a little bit too. Falcon getting some momentum on Have because of that.
And meanwhile, Mad Dog has pitted, which means he's now slotted in with his teammate, I think.
Yep.
Looks like his pit stop is lasting for quite a long time, but I'm not sure. Also, in the lead of the race, Phosphorus has dropped down a little bit from Kerman. Lost about 4 seconds since we last looked at them.
Indeed. Still within 10 seconds, so it's definitely still challenging.
I'm also thinking
AVX.
that how good Emma has lost time to the leaders. He's
It
down.
does appear that way.
It looks like he's down a bit.
Yeah, there's still within that 30-second buffer that there has kind of been switching around due to pit strategy. It's usually been around 30 seconds that gets flip-flopped on either side.
I think
AVX
it was
reporting
30 seconds
that
when he left the pits, and now it looks like it's closer to 50 seconds. But my timing might
Oh
be
yeah,
wrong.
to the leader. Yeah, I was judging the crow hop. You're absolutely right. There is a little bit bigger gap to the lead now. AVX reporting an incident with Mad Dog. AVX lost a tire. Mad Dog got some damage as well. There was a collision at some point.
Maybe Mad Dog had to repair a bit because it looked like his pit stop was quite long.
Yep. I think Mad Dog got the necessary repairs. Still looks a little smashed up, but he should be back at it now.
But AVX lost a tyre, so doesn't say he's retired yet.
Nope, AVX managed to get repairs again. Really paying his pit crews well, I hope. Hopefully all their kids are going to college from all the work they've been putting in.
Oh, and Ariel is spinning.
Very lucky not to hit a wall there.
Yeah, Ariel should be back at it, but with 5.5 seconds, 6 seconds now.
Yeah.
Lost.
Extrovert
His
in
tyres,
the
I
pit.
think. Oh, with 2 litres to spare as well.
And Sula with more than enough fuel is gonna swipe that first position now.
But I'm
Where's
thinking
Animera?
Sula has to pit one more, maybe. And I'm pretty sure this is the Extrovert's last pit stop.
Yes, Sula will have to pit again.
Yep. So we could see a shootout here.
Yep.
For first place still.
Animera will
He has
have
to pit.
once more.
Yeah. But he could. Still think he's within reach, maybe.
It's possible. In the dying laps of the race, there could be some interesting stuff, but it's not quite the dominant performance so far from Animera. But
That's what.
you know, he is consistent. He can keep it up for the rest of the 50 minutes. I usually see him setting the pace in his class, but hasn't quite been that way.
He had problems with his braking. Doesn't know what went wrong.
Who's
A
this?
lot of technical issues. Husky
Okay.
had some braking issues. It's unfortunate. Yeah, a lot of technical issues cropping up today, and we're down to 22 entrants.
Well, as they say in these endurance races, it is a little bit about survival as well.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
you gotta be quick, of course, but keeping the car in a good condition is, and of course, avoiding all the technical issues is part of the game.
That helps. Yeah, so Anamera and Ciord have both moved up a position while Extrovert was in the pits. Extrovert now in 4th place. Anamera into 2nd, Ciord into 4th. Falcon still hanging around Have.
Wow. And they still have a lot of fuel left, so they're gonna keep battling, I think.
Looks like Mad Dog has overtaken Zedian in the LMP field.
I think
Oh, yeah,
Zedian was
absolutely.
in the pits, so Lethargic and Mad Dog both got through.
Yeah, Mad Dog lucky to get slotted back in with his teammate and back out, putting the pace down after having a contact.
But you can see now Mad Dog was 46 seconds behind Lethargic, so those 46 seconds must have come from that contact and probably repairs.
Yep.
Did notice Mad Dog's engine was quite worn as well. Not sure if that's damage that he's got from coming together with an AVX, but it's got quite high, 116 degrees I think it was.
Looks to me like Falcon is starting to struggle a bit, keeping up with Joe and I's day.
Wonder if he's got some engine damage.
Yep, that's what I was thinking. Over time, he might be losing some horsepower if he keeps smashing that limiter.
Yeah, perhaps.
2 hours.
Phosphorus still within 10 seconds of Bill Kerman, race leader.
He's even brought that down by a second.
Phosphorus is going to pit this lap, as he's only got 3 liters of fuel left.
Absolutely, and Kerman has 32, so he's going to keep trucking until the last possible minute, I think.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to pit once as well. I'm pretty sure if Phosphorus pits now, he can go for the rest of the race on that fuel.
Yep, and that's going to make things very interesting for the rest of the guys.
I'm not 100% sure, but I would guess that he could do the rest of the race on one tank.
And Howgood has 52 liters, 52 and a half.
That one, I don't think he can go the rest of the race on.
I don't think he can. He'll be in for a splash as well, but he won't need as much as Kerman, so that might cut down his pit stop a little bit and put him still within shot of the podium and the win.
So, just doing some maths on the fuel consumption for everyone, it looks like Kerman might have a splash at the end, and then Phosphorus will... it's going to be tight for Phosphorus to actually get through to the finish. It's going to be within the 1 lap or two. You might have to do some fuel saving.
Huh. Well, he's pitting now, so let's see how much fuel he gets.
These LMPs only fill up to 75 litres.
Wow.
And roughly about 12 to 13 laps you can get out of the stint.
How good looks to be about a lap down. Nearly slightly less than a lap down by the timing at least.
Now he's gonna move up a position now.
Oh, yeah, that's when somebody goes in the pits, it screws with the timing a little bit.
For some reason.
Yeah. So that's how good back on the podium provisionally.
Gonna be interesting to see what the top 4 positions are going to be in the LMPs towards the end.
Yeah, we've got, going into the last 45 minutes here, we've got a lot of room for shakeups in the LMP2 category. As I mentioned before, a lot of wild cards here. at play, and the GTE could potentially get shaken up as well from its current state.
Let's have a look at the gaps
for GTE.
For GTE.
So
still Sula, I think, leading.
Seared 10 seconds behind Animera, and Animera 50 seconds behind Sula. A last-minute pit strategy could change that up. Animera's got 19.9. Sula's got more fuel than him, so
it looks like Sula is starting to seal this race. To be honest,
yeah, absolutely.
They both need to pit one more time, and Sula has more fuel right now than Animera. So if any of them has to do two more pits, it's going to be Animera. So I'm pretty sure Sula is starting to show his full game this race.
Yep.
And starting to see the first position quite clearly.
Yeah, absolutely. It is within reach, and that could be pole for Sula clinched, but definitely still some room to wiggle for the rest of the podium to fill out.
Well, there's only 15 seconds between second, third, and fourth.
Yep, yep. You are seeing that timing correctly. Extrovert's still hot on the tails. Mason a bit far behind there, but yeah, the top 4 in GT are very close.
Do we have some fuel numbers on Extrovert and Shore and Animera?
Extrovert 82 liters full tank.
He's gonna last.
Yeah, I think that'll put Extrovert on the podium too.
Perhaps,
actually, it's gonna be
because Shore
tricky for.
He's gonna have to pit again.
Yep, and Animera before anybody. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Animera deals with this this last fuel stop he needs to make, because it could put him off the podium if it doesn't get done right.
Yeah, if he miscalculates this one, he could definitely lose his position to Short. But I'm pretty sure right now Extrovert, with the strategy he's going for, is going to most likely get that second position in GT.
Yeah, that is very possible. Kerman and Crowhot both on 25 liters of fuel seem to be on a similar pit strategy. How good with 45. Phosphorus with 47. So third and fourth in the LMP2 field have a similar amount of fuel, and first and second both have a similar amount. And that's Animera into the pits.
That's Animera's final pit stop, I guess. It's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out between him and Short. And we've already seen Extrovert now going by, and let's see how much the gap becomes between him and Animera once Animera leaves the pits.
And Maceroni coming in to the start-finish straight here, followed by 2 LMPs.
Looks like he might actually pass Animera right now.
Yep.
But he's gonna have to pit again, so.
Yep. Animera out with a absolutely loaded tank.
Yep.
Wow. Well, he'll certainly be good to the finish now.
Yep.
I agree, Polly.
Animera looks good to the finish. Extrovert, we think, it looks good to the finish. But it will be a disaster for Extrovert if this tank didn't last him the full way.
Yeah, it's hinging on that.
How much fuel was Extrovert had left?
78 liters.
Yeah,
he's good till the end, I believe.
Yeah, I'm thinking that as well. Yeah.
And we'll see if he has to fuel save, if it costs him any time fuel saving or not. And wouldn't you know it, Hav and Falcon are back within a second of each other here.
I know when we was doing our races, I know the BMW is different, but I used 80 something litres in an hour. So that was quite a big heavy car.
And by the way, Falcon has passed. Have a nice day. and I'm not sure how that happened.
Many things.
Yeah, these two have been flip-flopping so much. It's hard to keep track of who's in the lead at any given time when you're not watching them.
Just when you think Falcon has maybe lost it a bit, he strikes back and overtakes. So this might go on for the rest of the race.
Yeah, they're not giving each other any breathing room here. Similar amount of fuel between them. Falcon's got a little bit less.
Huh. But yeah, they might still pit at the same lap, or maybe like one lap between each other, which still is going to put them really close when they exit the pits. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Wheel-to-wheel racing here into the chicane.
Oh, goes a bit wide
Falcon
there.
way off.
Yeah.
Manages to keep it together.
Couldn't see if he got pushed wide or if he just went wide. But
yeah, it is hard
like
to say.
The battle between them has been very clean. So
Massive slipstream.
oh yeah,
Oh, not quite.
he still goes for it though.
Oh, sneaky up the
Oh
inside.
no, I didn't keep it though. Didn't have the tab
Not-
around the corner.
Not the cleanest maneuver. It almost worked out perfectly, but not quite on the exit there.
Would have been a very good overtake had he kept that.
Yeah, it had a little too much momentum into the mid-corner there.
See if he goes for the pass down to Indianapolis again. As he's been, I think I've seen Falcon too wide down this stretch of track every lap.
Yeah.
The grass a little bit, but and again.
And then catch up to the lead of the LMPs. Herman is now a 23-second gap to second place. I believe there's been a pit stop there, where who was it that pitted?
Josh Click was just in the pits and is now in 8th, so he lost a couple.
But
Six,
there should be
7.
one other guy that pitted in the top 3 or top 4.
No, Kerman and Crowhop are both on the same strategy basically, with 16-ish, and then How Good and Phosphorus are both on the same.
I
I
believe
think Phosphorus has pitted.
Yeah, Phosphorus was
How Good in
second.
Yeah, because he was
Yeah.
second and there was like 8 seconds between him and Kerman. But now there's 1 minute and 20 seconds, so I think Phosphorus has pitted.
Yeah. I think that was like 2 laps ago, maybe a lap ago, because Crowhop and Kerman have been in. I didn't really notice the position changes, but I was saying 1 and 2 are both on similar amounts of fuel, and 3 and 4 are both on similar amounts.
Phosphorus has only, what, 30 liters left or something?
Yeah, 35-ish.
So how did he pit?
Or
This is strange.
38.
Unless he's had a spin.
Could have had a spin, yeah.
Yeah, him and How Good are on par for fuel.
That's
Definitely
strange.
gonna need all the top 4 of the LMP2 field are gonna have to go back in before the end of the race.
Yeah.
Lethargic sizing up. Josh Click though.
Yeah, this is quite a good battle, I think.
Oh,
Commentated.
Josh Clicks speeds off into the distance.
On the edge.
Well, here's the killer of that commentator's curse is they both looked like they were losing it through there a little bit. Josh Click looked like he was starting to slide out a little bit through there too.
Step away 1 minute and I'll see a spinning car.
Do we think that's damage is enough to have to do a pit stop?
I would have
It looked like it, but
He's got a 30-second bumper to Mad Dog behind him.
Just noticing Kerr's lead. It looks like it's around about 21 seconds now.
yeah, Phosphorus went to either pit or had an incident, we're not quite sure. But yeah, he's dropped down to 4th place.
Yeah, Kerman's got a little bit of breathing room there. 20 seconds, you know, at the end of a 2.5-hour race, 20 seconds could change real quick, especially considering all 4 of the top 4 are going to have to get a splash of fuel before the end.
But we should also mention he's stretched the gap to the guys behind him. The gap to how good am I now has stretched down to 1 minute. So, and it was
absolutely.
30 seconds when they last pitted. So, yeah, Kerman definitely has the pace today.
Yep, lethargic into the pits, probably getting some damage repaired. Maybe some fresh tires there. Sula leading the GTE class by a full minute.
Yeah.
Sjord behind him.
But Sula
Sjord
has to pit, and Sjord has to pit.
Yep. And Extrovert with 68 liters, I think we'll make it to the end, and he's only 5 seconds behind Sjord.
The end.
Yeah, this is gonna be really close, I think, for Extrovert. Perhaps to even take Sula, but
I
I'm not
think
sure.
we've got a battle between Extrovert. I'm not going to call it, but I think I've got a suspicion him and Sula will be battling it out at the end of the race.
Yeah. Starting to look like it. We're gonna have to keep an eye on when Sula pits. Just keep a watch out. Do we have any other close battles going on, or?
Can't really see any. Close to see around that 10-second gaps.
So, just an update on pit stops. Roughly, pit stop loss is about just over a minute, probably about a minute 20. So Sula pits, it's going to bring in close to extra.
Yep. That's the biggest question right now for this endurance race. Falcon.
That's Falcon into the pits.
Yep. That means the nice battle between him and Java Nice Day is currently coming to a stop, but Java Nice Day is gonna have to pit, I think. One
I think
more
so.
time. So
it's probably not over.
no, it's not over yet.
Jav needs to put the hammer down now to get away from him.
Oh yeah.
While he's nice and light on field.
Yep.
Yep. He hasn't had room to breathe this entire race. Extrovert only 4.5 behind Sjord.
Wow, he's been catching.
Yep.
Although he only caught him last lap by 2/10.
Oh, he can see Sjord.
So it will be the next lap by my calculations.
Yeah, it's quite possible. He's been gaining pretty quick. The gap shrunk down to 3.5 seconds there through the curves, so yeah, there could be a shakeup real soon.
Question is that Soul or what's this feel like?
For who?
GTE leader.
Oh, Sula. 16.7. He's gonna have to be pitting
Yeah.
sometime soon. And Sjord also gonna be pitting very soon. And Extrovert could just be swiping up some positions here. Although Sula is probably comfortable enough to not lose first in a pit stop. But Sjord is definitely in danger with Extrovert hot on his trail.
If Sula has any damage, whether it's minor error or engine damage, he decides to fix it, that might be first.
Kerman's increased his lead by 24 seconds.
Yep, that's about 2 seconds up from the last time we checked that. Maybe 3 seconds faster, so... yeah, he's still pulling away.
Still no pit stops from the LMP2, though.
Meeks, I can't really hear you.
Apologies, my microphone was away from my face.
Did you throw it in the bathtub? Because it sounded like it.
I had it in the retracted position.
Oh, yeah.
So it doesn't look like there's been any pit stops from the LMPs, the leaders, unless they've all.
They're gonna be hitting it on this lap.
Bill has 3.
Bill Kerman with 3, Crow Hop with 3.2, and then Howgood and Phosphorus both have about 23, 4, 5 liters.
I did hear in the driver chat while I was driving that Kerman and Howgood and I are using the same strategy roughly, and Crow Hop happened to coincidentally also be running the same strategy.
Yeah, it seems like the top 4 are all just they didn't start on the exact same strategy, but they've phased into each other onto the same strategies, which is really interesting to see play out.
Indeed,
in the tyres seems to really help.
Bill Kerman also pitted 2 laps early on his previous stint because he had slight damage.
Right. Yeah, there he is. Bill making his way in, and Crow Hop has.
He's through. I thought he was in the wrong position there.
There he goes, off into the pits, and now we'll check in with Howgood and Phosphorus.
I
believe that's a back marker in front of them. I'm not sure who.
I was just about to say the same thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It must be Harold.
Oh yeah. Yeah, probably. Yep.
Crow in the pits.
So that's Kerman out of the pits. He's got his fuel up, and is that his teammate in front of him, Josh Click?
It is.
Very nice. I wonder if any team orders will get through so that they help each other out. We'll see. And that's Crow coming out of the pits in 3rd. How Good Am I has moved up into 2nd, and Phosphorus not quite slotted into that 3rd spot. So Phosphorus will stay in 4th for now.
So how much fuel does how good am I have?
How good has 19 liters, 19.7.
And Crow?
Not enough to make it.
So between full
Crows
it all depends on how much fuel they take on in the pits.
So how good? I think he's gonna have to do another pit stop.
Yeah, he's got 3 laps of fuel left.
Yeah.
So a very quick spotting dash.
That means he's gonna lose second. No, yeah, lose second. But what about 4th position and 3rd? Does Phosphorus have enough to finish, or does he have to pit?
Phosphorus, I believe, will have to pit as well. So Crow might overtake Howgood, and then Howgood might be slotted into 3rd at the end, and Phosphorus might just have to take a 4th here. I'm not sure if he can recover that.
There will be a battle between him and Howgood in mind, perhaps. They both have to pit,
yes.
And they're about how many seconds between each other?
That is true.
Sure.
Yeah,
maybe 15 seconds.
Crow.
Yeah.
Crow might be up into 2nd, and then How Good Am I and Phosphorus will have to battle for 3rd.
Yep.
Sula with 8.5 liters going to be hitting the pits very soon.
Go about 2nd place. I think he's coming close as well.
What's the fuel consumption on a GTE?
Well, in the BMW, I was doing 7.5 litres a lap. So I'm not sure about the others.
It is going to be real close when Sula pits to see how close Extrovert becomes.
Yeah, Extrovert's about to have his day in the sun here when Sula and Sjord pit.
Sjord, I think, gonna have to pit now.
I'd imagine they all do around the 7 litres a lap mark.
Yeah, when I was practicing for GTE, I was getting about 6 per lap.
Sula might go for another lap. Let's see.
Potentially, that's risky.
I won't. If it were me, I'd pit.
Yeah, I'd pit. There's nothing to gain stretching it out, really.
In my strategy case, like, when I got to the end of another lap, if it feels between 12 and 15 litres, I'd have got another lap. Anything less than that, I'd be pitting that lap.
Well, here is Steve. What is he going to do? He's pitting.
And he's diving in.
Yeah, good call.
He took the easy route out. Gah.
Sjord might actually be quite low on fuel once he reaches the pits.
Yeah, Sjord definitely has to go in this lap.
No, that's plenty.
It's plenty to coast into the pit with, and fuel save a little bit on the way.
He's gonna give Extrovert a tow towards the end of this lap. Not that there's much tow to be gained through the Porsche curves, but
yeah, Extrovert is hauling.
It's not going to be as close as I thought it might be though with Sula in the pits.
well, that's what we're gonna have to see. Sula is leaving the pits now, which is very early.
He didn't brief
Got enough
all the way. 50 litres he put in.
Yeah, got enough to make it to the end, hopefully, and that should be
Yeah, the
it.
gap is too much. I think Sula has enough of a gap here.
I wonder if he changed tyres.
He must.
Yeah,
Lightly.
that was a pretty quick pit stop. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do they do tires and fuel at the same time in GTE?
No, they're
Not
separate.
fair.
It might have just been fuel.
That was a really fast.
That seemed
quick
pretty
stop.
fast.
So I'm pretty sure it was only fuel, but that's a good strategy because that means he has a really nice gap now to Extrovert.
And here we see Extrovert is going to be taking Sjord's position.
Yeah, this is a big one. Basically
Sit out.
going for
32
that.
seconds to Sula.
The question is Mason going to take Sjord?
Good question.
How far away back
Oh,
now?
In
The
middle of the
timer,
Porsche
I
curves.
think, is messed up, but yeah.
That could be close, depending on what Sjord does if he takes tyres on.
Yeah.
20 minutes left.
Mason has to pit though. So,
Yeah, good point.
but
Yeah,
then we
yeah.
can look at Animera. Does he have to pit? Because he's only 10 seconds behind Mason.
No, Animera does not.
Oh, Animera's good.
Animera's
He's
the
good.
first one to pit out of all these lot.
So Animera could actually gain 2 positions there. He could gain 3rd and 4th, depending on Sjord.
Sjord has come back out the pits. So, he'll get 4th. He's not
Yeah,
far
Mason's
behind
in the
Sjord.
pits.
So Sjord is out.
What's the gap between Animera and Sjord then?
Yeah, we'll have to look at
Much.
that.
Sixteen.
16.
So if Animera's really pushing, gaining about a second a lap, maybe.
If Animera really turns it on here in the last 21 minutes of the race, it's possible. I wouldn't normally say something like that, but I know Animera's got the skill to back it up, so it's quite possible.
Oh, just know it's Kerm's lead 8 seconds.
You what? Simple, your microphone is breaking up so bad, man.
Kerman,
What's
check
happening?
out Kerman.
He leads 9 seconds.
Oh my.
He must have had a spin or something, or...
Yeah, he must have.
Oh my. Yeah. Not too much of a threat. The 9 seconds. Well,
Yeah, plus
Haugen still has to pit, but
catching him.
8 seconds now.
How good has the ice to pit, yeah. So is pretty
Bill?
safe still for Bill.
Yeah, it doesn't look like any serious damage on there, so if he did lose it, it's nothing too serious, but he's going to truck on. And yeah, we're 20 minutes left here, and this is where the heartbreak happens. We'll see what goes on here. How good opting to stay out for one more lap before pitting. It's going to be a close one at the end of this.
The question is someone going to do a Toyota on the last lap and break down, run out of fuel?
I think Crow Hop
It's
might
quite
actually break down.
Yeah, there's a lot of X factors at play here for the dying laps of this race.
Who's got more fuel between Crow Hop and Kerman?
Kerman 48.3, Crow Hop 37.8.
I think it's going to be close for Crow Hop.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a lot of wiggle room.
It's a bit twitchy coming out.
It's that lead, but LMP is actually shrinking overall.
Yeah, it's the top four is 23 seconds
Yeah, it's still quite.
from Kerman to fourth place.
But how good am I has to pit?
Yep.
Inside, he doesn't want to, but
Yeah.
he likes it where he is.
I think Phosphorus has to pit as well. I can't remember. Falcon is catching up to Snacks. Only 1 second between the two of them. So, do we know if Snacks has to pit, or is he good on fuel?
25.
I believe he'll have to pit.
25, yeah, that seems a bit low.
Yeah. Falcon will be good though, so Falcon might have a 6th place coming up.
Yep.
And that's Crow Hop coming behind them.
Yeah, they
And that's How Good in front.
battle for second position right now in LMP.
Place your bets now.
I'm going for Crow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crow has played this tactically a little bit better, it looks like. Let's see. Does have enough fuel right now to finish the race, we think. But he also might just run out, so...
How good am I? It snapped on him, I believe. It looked like
I believe
coming
he
out.
bottled it.
Bad luck, bad luck.
Ouch.
Incident-free race. Gone.
Although he has said every time he's done a practice run, he has had a crash. It looks like the curse has hit him again.
Not sure if he got front suspension damage from that. It looks a bit. It looks alright, but he's going to have to pit anyway.
Yeah, the front arrow's gotten beat up at the very least, so it's going to be unstable.
So how does he compare now then if he goes into it to someone like Ras Daniels?
Clear, I think.
That is a good question.
Yeah.
Raz Daniels has to pit as
Yeah.
well, but he won't need any repair.
No, but Ras has to pit, so I think How Good Am I is pretty safe at 4th position.
Yeah, How Good doesn't have... I don't think that's 2 minutes of repair for Project Cars time.
It wasn't a hard impact. It was just.
No, his arrow's messed up though.
And he goes to pit.
Bit of arrow, maybe some suspension damage, very minimal, if that.
Yeah, he definitely got arrow damage.
Good.
Probably some suspension damage.
Phosphorus is
but,
also pitting.
Oh,
So this would have been really interesting if How Good Am I didn't pick up damage.
yep. This is that little magic minute here where stuff would be getting shaken up by the pit strategy.
I think Phosphorus
Crow
is
Hop.
just leaving the pits right away, so That's really tough luck
Yeah.
for Augurumai, because if he didn't have that little bit of contact there, this would have been really close right now.
Although it does look like Phosphorus was only changing his front tyres. Not at this late stage, it really matters, I don't think.
No, you don't. You would only want a splash of fuel at this stage. Falcon now battling against Snacks. Gets the pass done.
How many people do we still have in the race?
21.
Oh, another time.
So we've had 9 dropouts or DNFs.
Snack's not quite giving it up here.
Majority of which have been PC issues, I think.
Yeah, a lot of technical issues.
Good, the project has.
Yep. This'll happen.
Eventually it's going to be working one day.
Someday everything will work as intended on everybody's computers and with Project Cars itself. It'll be a good day.
Project Cars 3 comes out, that's when everything works.
Yeah, I wouldn't sound okay. I'm not gonna talk bad about Project Cars on stream. We'll save that for after the race.
Moment there for Falcon.
Kerman's lead under 10 seconds. It's like 9 now.
Radis Daniels.
Yeah, 9
as well.
seconds.
The third turn is to shrink that lead down, so do you reckon he'll be able to do it?
Well, he has less fuel in Kerman, so technically speaking, his car should be a little bit quicker, but that's a...
And we've seen in this race that Kerman is not infallible.
Right.
He has made a few mistakes, and last night I hear in the practice race he did lose a wheel.
Can we see Crow Hop's fuel right now? 27.
27.2.
I think he's safe.
It's between fuel and time left is about a 2-to-1 ratio, so it's looking risky. It's he might be safe still, but it's not in the comfort zone.
No, he's definitely cutting that one fine.
Yes.
Yeah. Looks like the LMPs in general have spaced out a bit more now, further down.
Yeah.
So we're looking at a fight between 1 and 2. As far as I can tell, I'm not sure if there's any other close fights further down the field, but...
Yeah, that's...
Not really.
Yeah, that's looking to be the closest thing. Lethargic is only 7 seconds behind Zeddy,
Yeah.
and so something could precipitate there. But yeah, it's definitely going to be close between Kerman and Crowhop. Kerman has no room to breathe or make any mistakes or let up right now. He's got to be putting it down and putting it down consistently.
Everyone has really stepped up their game this week.
Yeah, a lot of people prepared really heavily for this race, and it's showing out there.
Wish I could have
Sure, it
told
doesn't
that.
appear to have made any time up on Sean though.
Yeah, it doesn't quite look like it, huh? About 16 seconds behind
He
Sierra.
hasn't made up any
Yeah.
time on him.
Yeah.
Just before you cut there, it looked like Falcon went a little bit wide, and he might be. Oh no. Never mind.
Mixture and his eagle eye. Bit slipstream there, not enough though.
No, if he can stay within half a second, though, he'll be in good shape for the next straight.
Falcon went a bit deep into the gauntlet.
doesn't like at the top end.
But does Snacks have enough fuel to finish this race?
I don't think he does,
No,
actually.
Flash and dash.
Yeah, looks like
So
it.
any gains here may be temporary.
Looks like it's going to be a 1 lap splash, maybe 2.
Gap widening slightly between Crowhop and Kerman to 11.5-ish seconds.
Yep.
Phosphorus 57 seconds behind second place. Still not the comfortable buffer that Bill Kerman has on hour-long races here. Usually, it's definitely no room for mistakes. Smashing these chicanes. Smashing them. That's how it's done, boys.
Can we get a cockpit view, Dustin?
Yes.
Wouldn't it be a shame if it started raining?
That would be ridiculous.
I know.
I wish they had a mode where one guy could be like play the god, change the weather during the race.
Yeah.
That mod mode.
Yeah. Suddenly
That would be
put some
hilarious.
snow down.
Oh yeah, throw a blizzard into the
Yeah,
weather.
I think I might make it snow and foggy.
Here we see Bill Kerman. He's looking very strong today also. Although it's fair to say the gaps have been a little bit closer than other races this season. But he still shows here
Yeah.
that...
Tail happy out of that
yeah,
chicane.
yeah.
I have to say though, Dula
Yeah.
with his almost 1 minute lead, he's definitely shown some really good pace this race.
Really impressive showing.
Absolutely.
Looks like
Sula
a carry on.
and Bill Kerman, both respectively in their classes, had amazing performances this season. Really, really fantastic drivers. And Bill Kerman's consistency, as we were talking about, I think he got his plans just absolutely dialed in at the start of the season for the hour-long races. I think what's really changed is the pit strategy involved with the 2.5-hour race and the uncertainty of not knowing exactly how long the formation's going to take and whatever else. There's a lot more X factors involved with the strategy there.
Yep.
And it's certainly put the pressure on him a bit more than the hour-long races.
Meanwhile, Sedian has pitted in LMP2, which has dropped him from 8th to 9th position.
How are we looking on fuel for Crowhop?
16 and a half.
Close.
I think that'll do it.
Yeah, that will do.
It's going to be close. It's not a comfortable amount, but it just might make it to the end there.
What's that? Like 2.5 laps?
Yeah, we got 6 minutes left and a 3-minute 39. Oh, Bill Kerman is smashing the race pace here. 3-minute 39 a lap. So yeah, lap and a half left. Well, just nearly 2 laps left. So let's see where Bill is.
Right now it looks like there's a really close battle between Mad Dog and Sedian for 9th position in LMP2.
By the looks of it, I think he's just managing it now.
Yeah, it looks like the gaps are a little messed up there because Sedian's got 6 and some change till Mad Dog.
Yeah, it was a little bit further away than what I thought from the times.
So Bill Kerman now crossing line. There's 5 minutes left, so we've got 2 laps left of the race.
Yep.
So, random Le Mans 24-hour fact for everyone. 251 miles an hour was the fastest speed achieved on the Mulsanne Straight. Roger Dolce in the WM Peugeot in 1988. There's a fact for you YouTubers.
The Peugeot. I thought the Porsches and the Sauber C9s got the speed record, but guess I remembered incorrectly.
Could have been a tow.
May have been.
I don't know, this is what Google's telling me.
Good old Google.
Is that before they put the chicanes in then?
It was 1988, so yeah, I believe so. When did they put the chicanes
I'm not
on the
sure.
track?
I'm not sure.
The chicanes.
I don't
I can't remember.
Let me find out.
You'd think they have the chicanes in 1980s.
Well, the chicanes were put in around the same time as the Porsche and the Sauber C9s were on the track. And they were hitting just insane speeds on the straight, and that was
So the chicanes
late
were installed
80s?
in 1990.
So it was before the chicanes, which makes sense. I mean,
right. The chicanes were put in because the cars were going so damn fast on
I'd be
it.
impressed if they got to 250 miles an hour on a short bit of Mulsanne. Not that I'm already not impressed for them doing 251 anyway.
what's insane is that Toyota last year during qualifying broke the record that was previously set while the chicanes were not in place, I think.
That is an insane thing. The amount of technological advancement there is mad.
Didn't they beat the world record by about 3 or 4 seconds?
Yeah, but if I'm
Smashed
not
it.
mistaken, they broke the record that was set while the track had no chicanes.
Yeah.
Which, if you think about it, is quite crazy.
Insane.
So looking at Crowhop's fuel, he should be okay, just.
Yep.
Yeah, it should be fine, depending where Kerman is on track.
He's just come into Arnage.
Arnage. I like that.
How British.
I don't know how to say it.
But Bill is gonna get the white flag now, if I'm not mistaken.
No, there will
Can't
be one more
remember
lap.
how. Well, if there's one more lap after this,
That is the white flag.
There.
then that's the white flag. Yeah.
Yeah, there will be one more lap. So,
Then this is the white flag. Then
yeah.
Yep.
that means Crowhop did just manage to calculate the fuel correctly, which is good for him because it basically makes sure he gets that podium finish. Otherwise, he would at least lose second place. I'm pretty sure.
What a great debut.
Yeah, absolutely. Top level Arnage going on right now.
Driver of the day then?
Can't spell carnage without the Arnage.
Absolutely driver of the day.
You're very close to getting Bill.
Let's put it on our non-existent Twitter vote. Hashtag who sucks the least.
We will find someone one day who can defeat Bill.
Well,
someday.
Crowhop might give him a go.
I think. Yeah, I think it just takes taking Bill out of his element. He's very in his element in the LMP2, and I mean we've seen him pull some magnificent speed out in the Friday night random races as well. But he's definitely a specialist in LMP2.
He's another driver that likes cars which grip quite a lot.
Yep.
me. I'm a fan of a slippery car with a proper gearbox underneath flat pad.
Looks like Sula already has the white flag because the time is running out. Or am I mistaken?
No, it will be when Bill crosses the line.
Yeah, okay.
Looks like Extra has clinched that second place with that fuel undercut that he had.
Yep. He's got one more lap to go and he's fine on fuel. Short, same deal. Fine on fuel. And he has a 15-second gap to Animera, so he's probably safe in third position. But if he has a spin, then that time could quickly vanish. As we see Bill Carmen going down the Mulsanne.
Looks like he's catching up Raz Daniels. If Raz was smart, he'd let Bill through, so he doesn't have to do another lap.
Into Indianapolis.
Crowhop now only 8 seconds behind Kerman. What is going on?
It feels like a shot.
Will we get a disconnect at the finish line?
Don't jinx it.
To jump back up to 15 now.
Gaps increasing.
What's happened to Crowhop?
Yeah. Gaps getting bigger
I think that
and
was
bigger.
I think that was just a temporary gap widening through Indianapolis, possibly, or maybe not.
I wonder if he had a spin that we didn't notice.
Looks like a spin to me.
Yeah, that gap got bigger quite quickly.
As we see Bill now in the Porsche curves.
Bringing it home.
Gonna bring it home, yeah. For the 2 hours and 20 minutes of Le Mans.
Very nice.
In season number 2.
Absolutely excellent performances by everybody here today. And he crosses the line. Looks like somebody sat there. That is Bill Kerman clinching the win for the LMP2 category.
Now he's going to get up and have a straight.
Beautiful
stuff.
stuff.
Imagine they're quite achy.
That looked like Snacks, with his low fuel, decided just to hang back and wait for Bill to cross the line.
Smart idea.
Has he run
That is some guerrilla warfare right there on the track. Some guerrilla race strategy.
Not sure that's legitimately legal, but
that's.
I don't know. I don't know.
It can be.
That's move of the day.
There might have to be a new rule written because I don't think there is one right now in the rule book about that. Possibly unsafe parking, little parking ticket to him. Where are our GTE guys? Not quite across the line yet. But that's Crowhop safely across the line, and where Phosphorus is nearing the start-finish to solidify that third place.
Yep.
Another great debut from Phosphorus.
Absolutely.
Crosses the line in third position.
Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff.
We might get a few GTEs not finishing the lap here with the countdown timer.
Perhaps.
Yeah, it is quite possible.
In the end, 30 seconds lead for Sula. She's a good display.
Comfortable.
Yeah, unless Sula absolutely bins it in the last corners here, this will be Sula's second first place in the Endurance League.
Interesting, because above this is a 30-second gap, but on the leaderboards there's a minute gap, so quite sure what one it is.
Right. I don't think the leaderboard one is very accurate. And here he crosses the line for his second victory in the Endurance Series.
Very well.
Absolutely dominant performance by Sula today.
He sealed the win quite early on as well, if I remember correctly.
And he didn't make it.
Well, that is second clinched for Extrovert anyway, and I believe Sjord took the third for GTE in the red Ferrari. So, to review positions, that's Bill Kerman in first for LMP2 category, Crowhop in second place, third place for Phosphorus, absolutely magnificent debut there. First place for Sula again, Extrovert in second for GTE, and Sjord in third for GTE. Really, really great racing out there today.
Yeah, very well done to everyone.
Beautiful stuff, and I thank Simple Geek and Paulie and Meeksta and Dabo in the commentary box. Thanks for joining us.
No problem.
All of us jumped in.
Yeah, right.
For some interviews.
Oh yeah, we
drag
we
Bill
can
down
absolutely
first?
get that. Yeah, let's get Bill in here.
Yeah, sure.
Hello, Bill.
Hello, guys.
Very well done, Bill.
Thank you so much.
Outstanding performance.
Thanks.
How was it?
It was intense, and it wasn't helping that I had to go pee for like the last hour. So yeah, no, it was an interesting race, but I cocked it up at the beginning, trying to overtake an Aston Martin, and I crashed it into the wall a bit and picked up a bit of aero damage. And so I had to reshuffle my pit strategy a bit, which ended up costing me a bit of time. But it's funny because Crowhop had the exact same strategy as I had, without having any issues. So that was fun.
Yeah, it was interesting to see the pit strategies kind of phase into each other in the last half of the race. It was like 2 by 2 in the top 4 there with pit strategy.
Yeah, it was really fun because Jack and I had discussed the strategy at length, and it seems that some people picked up on it. So we saw a lot of similar strategies, I think, and the others who did their regular stints, I think.
Were you feeling the pressure a little bit more than the main series here?
Yeah, of course. Also because in 1 hour it's easier to stay concentrated. Meanwhile, in this race it was quite tough to keep on banging in the laps, especially with double stinting the soft tires. Towards the end it was not really that much slower, but it was more difficult to keep it under control, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And the added X factors of the pit strategy involved in 2.5 hours. I imagine that was a bit challenging.
Exactly. And then also lapping the GTs was much harder than on other tracks, because the differences were really less in speed, and also on braking you made up much less time.
Oh yeah, I imagine the GTEs can kind of give a run to the LMPs on the straights.
Well, it's not quite that they are faster, but it's if you get on the Mulsanne straight and you have a car a few hundred meters in front of you, you're going to catch it on the braking for the chicanes, but you cannot go for the overtake. It's tempting, but you just cannot. It will not be enough. And that was pretty hard.
Yeah, that was a great performance. So I congratulate you on your first Endurance League win, and
Thank you.
Another beautiful LMP2 win under your belt.
Thank you so much.
Good work out there.
I'm feeling a bit sad to send this car into retirement, but I'm looking forward to the next season.
You're looking forward to that
Yeah, maybe.
car, aren't you, Bill?
Yeah, we'll see. I think the announcement is already posted. I'll check it out now.
We'll go low downforce H pattern just for you,
Yeah,
Bill.
thank you so much.
We'll hang your LMP2 from the rafters
Sounds like
as a tribute. All right, well, we'll send you back. Thanks and congrats again.
Thanks. Have a nice time.
I'll drag Sula down.
Yeah, Sula didn't. Hello, Sula. Would you care for an interview real quick?
Okay.
Hey, congrats. How'd it go out there?
I had a rather clean race. The start was a little bit hectic with ice, and I think he got crashed out after that. I was chasing Extrovert, and then I stuck behind him for a while, but after, yeah, we had a nice battle actually when I tried to pass him. and we both went for a different strategy, so it was all down to pace after that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was pretty close there in the first half, but your strategy kind of solidified your lead in the second half there. Did you have that set well ahead of time?
I kind of did it on the fly, to be honest.
You didn't do the hours of preparation that some of the guys did?
No.
Well, that speaks a lot for your skill on the circuit there. How's it feel to have a second endurance win under your belt now?
It means a lot of me. It's my favorite race of every season, so winning it just feels great.
Was this one easier or harder than the Nordschleife?
That's a tough question.
Pretty equally challenging in different ways, then?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, are we going to see you next season, then, for the main series and the endurance season?
Probably, yes. If the car is nice, I will definitely be there.
Yeah, alright. Comes down to that, huh? Alright. Well, excellent. That was a dominant performance out there today, I gotta say. And congrats on your second endurance win. Alright, we'll send you back and send off the stream. Congrats again, Sula. We'll talk to you later.
See ya.
See ya.
Anyone else want to talk to? Maybe Crowhot?
Extrovert maybe. When it's a good race.
Grow up, extrovert.
Shall I drag it?
How good am I?
And then lastly, possibly Crow.
Let's do extrovert.
I will drag him. Extrovert.
Hello. You caught me off guard there.
we like to get you by surprise.
Well, how'd it go out there, Extrovert? Your strategy wound up winning out for you a bit in the end.
Yeah, that was didn't go quite to plan because I wasn't planning on doing an early stop like that. But I had a slight coming together with Sula, possibly due to my lag. I'm not sure, but I had a little bit of front aero, so decided to do a quick splash of fuel, fix the damage, and get back on with it. So that kind of paid off really because it put me out of the way of everyone else. So I didn't get caught up in any battles. So I managed to get back through and carry on with the strategy as per normal.
Yeah, it was a, 2% position undercut there you got at the end?
Yes, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I was waiting. I thought that Sula still had one more pit in him, but he didn't. He'd already done it, so he had blistering pace, which was good for him. But there, yeah, I managed to get shorted right at the end as well when he pitted, so yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was interesting to see the pit strategies interplay with each other. And Sula definitely got the best strategy out there for the GTE field, and that wound up winning out. But it was a really great performance on your end, actually.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, no, it looked good from everyone, to be fair. I didn't see any issues. It looked, everyone was racing nice and fair, and it was, yeah, just good performance all round, I think. So, yeah, can't complain with that.
Yeah, did you do a lot of preparation before the race? I know some of the guys put in just hours and hours before the race. Yeah,
I did a reasonable amount, probably more than I've done for most other races, but I didn't go overboard. It's very easy to do too much, and then you kind of lose your rhythm a bit sometimes. But yeah, no, I did a reasonable amount a couple of days previous to now. So. It looks like it paid off.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way.
Yeah. How was the stream from your perspective?
It was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, you guys gave us a lot to talk about. And there's a lot of really fun battles and a lot of fun pit strategy to talk about.
Yeah, nice. Well, I'll enjoy watching that stream back as well. So thanks for streaming.
Yeah, absolutely. And good work out there. We'll send you back into the league voice, but congrats on your podium.
Nice one. Cheers, guys. See you later.
Yep.
Do we want to talk to Jack?
I don't know. Does Jack get mad when he doesn't get podiums after races?
Let's try it now.
Loads. Look at that. Yes.
Hello, Jack.
Hello. What's going on?
How's it going, bud?
Are we still live?
Yes, we are. Are you into an interview?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
So I know you did a lot of preparation before the race. Did you have to make any adjustments to your pit strategy there? What happened?
You saw me drive into the wall.
Yes.
Maybe a little, yeah.
No, I didn't have to change my strategy at all. At the start, I don't know if you saw, I pitted in really early.
Yeah.
I did that because I could see a load of GTEs up ahead on the screen, and I'd got that flexibility in the strategy. I could pit anywhere between lap 7 and 12. So I pit on lap 8, dropped back, and then by the time I caught up with the GTEs again, they were a bit more spaced out. So I think that worked for me. In the final part of the race, just before I was going in for my final pit stop, I had a spin with no damage and then just drove straight into the wall and mashed up my suspension. The good news is I was due to go in the pits anyway, so I went straight there and I had to limp to the pits, and I think I took about an extra 35-40 seconds in repairs.
Yeah, because you went into that pit stop right next to one other LMP driver.
Phosphorus.
Yeah, and had you not had that damage we were talking about, it would have been a
battle.
Really highly intense battle.
Yeah, because I think he was a little bit quicker than me on average anyway, but I'd have probably knuckled down and concentrated a bit, used that draft, and I think it would have been a battle to the end had I not got that damage. But you live and learn. I still had great fun. And I think the prep paid off because I'm not normally quite that quick.
Yeah, that was a really great performance. I mean, we usually see you up in the midfield putting in some good laps, but I know you put in a lot of prep work, and you, like you said, you had a very flexible pit strategy, which was impressive. You told me a little bit about that, and having those multiple lap windows where you can adjust your strategy and still have a plan pays off.
Yeah, it worked well, and it was exactly the same as Bill's planned strategy because we worked on it together.
Yeah, you mentioned that. What do you think about the general talent out there on the track, and how the new guys do?
I'm just saying, but if Phosphorus and Crowhop didn't turn up, I'd have been on for second.
Yeah, that's true.
They've not been about the last couple of weeks, as far as I'm aware. Very good driving from them, though. I don't know if you followed us at the start of the race, but I had both of those guys following me, and they were great. I did get bumped by one of them, but it was quite a light touch, no harm done. I think I got very minor aero damage, but nothing to worry about. So yeah, great guys. Hope we see them on the track more.
Yeah, it was great performances on their part, and for the most part, looked like some really, really clean racing out there today. It's going to be an exciting race to watch again. There's a lot of really amazing battles that happened.
Yeah. It was excellent.
For now, guys, I think we ought to call it. I think we're running out of time, and I think we're running out of viewers. So we'll sign off. Thanks everybody. Thanks How Good for joining us for an interview. Thanks Meek, Paulie, Simple, Dabo for joining me. Everybody say hello and goodbye to YouTube.
Cheers everybody, bye.
Goodbye Internet land.
Bye Cyber World.
PCDC.link if you want to join us for our upcoming events. Until then, we'll see you next season.
PCDC rules.
This was the last race of the season, so
we'll have a few week break, 3 weeks.
Back on the 24th.
All right. Well, I'll be there. We'll see who joins me in the commentary box, and we'll see who's on the track for that.
Be there or be square.
But until then, I've been Dustin the Destroyer. Thanks to everybody for watching. Congrats again to our drivers, and have a good day, everybody.